Keep life in your safe forever. So open up your heart, let the unity begin. Love is all we need to make it stand. Let's cultivate one another. Learn to live together as brothers and sisters. Without togetherness, we won't have a peace of mind. Unify and have a peaceful home. Sweet Liberia, land of liberty is our home. Keep it changing. This is the one and only home that we have. Sweet Liberia, this land of liberty is our home. Let us keep it changing. It's the one and only home that we have. Oh, sweet Liberia, love is all we need to make it stand. Unify and have a peaceful home. Change is all we need to make it stand. Let's unify and have a peaceful home. Sweet Liberia, land of liberty is my home. And let us keep it standing. It's the one and only home we have. Say sweet Liberia.
Why you say I got the actor? Gregor come I get the actor. I get the actor. Can't hold me too. That one on social media, all I want to say now impressive, right? Our honorable Yeke Yakawolo representative district number 10, Republic of Liberia, Mosuralo County, say I get the actors. Why you use social? What was state there in that thing? Oh, I will say, oh, Yeke, I call you a damn fucking phone. You want to answer? Yeah, you go call my phone. I was sleeping. And the king, they pick me up with him. We discuss. Oh, yeah, I don't provide security for us to protect ourselves. Oh, you think I was not there? I was there. All the authority here in the Jeragara. We drove here. I was there. Why they can't hold me? Let me tell them who the actors. The actors are Joseph Walker. That say he would never allow Jeremiah to become president. That one of the actors there. Oh, they're scared of coming to tell them the actor. I get the actor. Every day the actor and myself can sleep together. I brought in the Imakali AC on. The actor with me. What boss man? When you say you get actor, what's the definition of actor? Go to the dictionary. Go to the dictionary and just put actor. You will see that a lot of definition will come. What is actor? Actor means so many things. You think actor just means I went for a capital belly? Because your man made like Joseph Boga said, capital belly got brain, so I went for a capital belly. Okay, come for me now, I get the actor. And then I will give my definition to the court, but I spoke my English. I can better interpret my English. You can't interpret my English for me. You cannot. I know the meaning. When I put out any English, I know from where from where I speak, and I know where I'm putting it out. I can get my definition of my English. Why you must define my English for me? Nobody can define your English for you. You can better define your English for yourself. Sorry, I hope I'm not speaking the wrong English. I hope I'm not speaking the wrong English. Because people reckless, I will always speak recklessly to them. You think I've not sat in class before? I've sat in class. I'm educated, but because people are not educated, people to power that behave that are not educated, will be the same. And we should get them the same way. What's wrong with you? 5 hours degree education. I don't believe that. To hear what work. I never do that. Say you waste your time, Jato. Last time, no time for Jato. When Jato time, long time. You get push cutting, you get push way back. Jato left from my first work in 2018 to serve in government. I was living and living a better life. My family was living good life. And what I did in district number 10, no government have done it. I took water the Peace Island, pipe on water. Joseph Walker was here. He carried machine. I wanted to, he carried for to dig. I wanted to dig. The government said no, because we're coming in politics. I must use machine to dig. But when Joseph Walker carried water the Peace Island, they use dig up. Go there, go ask the people. You see case there, you say what is that? Anytime you see the export something up in up, that means you want to do it.
So there will be example.
The no flag, anytime you see a baby, the baby will do the same way. The baby will all the comments are I will use my pocket. You say, Jared, may bring training, you know, you see, you're not mature. You can't say to be speaker. You get a speakership now. What are you doing to reconcile the house? You think the fight finish in the house? No, it's not going to finish for the last 5 years. Because we still got issue that money come from the speaker for the issue that need to be resolved among ourselves. Can you reconcile us? Can you reconcile the members? You think not getting car? You think not all the way? Not all the way. People be prosecuted for treason. Joseph Walker planned to overthrow the other branch of government. He organized it and planned it. Let me tell you the evidence during that time when we prosecute, he will be in the region of the prosecuting. The fact that Joseph Walker saw Speaker Fonati Kofa as Speaker and took Rachel Kuhn and carried him to Ghana. Oh, you see your own clear, right? You see Joseph Walker own clear? That one I said that and Okra slapping for a door in one hour cripple. You know the one who's going to oh, my man was selling. Nobody can sell me in abroad. I will be the only for that. You want to represent the job ticket. But to selling, you can you waste. Because I have a platform. I have 140,000 people following me on my day. It's enough to push what I want to push. Nobody got a platform. You got to be an individual. Check the individual. Someone looking for 10,000 followers. I got 140,000 followers. I still knocking people that today I went to the court. I black people and stay in the 140. If I may, you get around. And by the time people the press go I will black people. It was still in the 150,000. So people making money, people making money all of you, right? Oh, you see me making money all of my viewers? No, I want them to come. And more to come. You can't talk food in there, the place, you talk at the zoning door, chicken, PPP. What the hell is going on? Why are you using my for?
Police, RGR, officers of traffic, security personnel, what did you say?
You did not complete his statement, but journalist. What did he say?
Police RGR asked that its officers should defend themselves or just in case any citizen fatality as a non-neighbor.
So I'm calling on my supporters and the citizens of this country to protect themselves with anything they can against the police. Because if you find somebody that's supposed to be national security pricing to provide security for everybody, give me instruction to the police to brutalize liberate people. All the people that believe in it, anything you get, defend yourself with when the police want to brutalize you. If it means you do anything, do it to defend yourself. What kind of reckless country is this? Is it what we move former president we are for? For people to kind of misbehave?
My name is Gerald Morris. I work for Freedom FM. There's a letter on the floor, and it's been sent to the comedian rules or an administration to investigate your behaviors. Warrant suspension. What you gonna say about the chief?
Look, let me tell you something. Don't want jokers. People are jokers. You know, my excuse was granted. I'll be back to work next month. Let the letter come.
There's been claims and counterclaims about the police attempting to bribe suspect Yanti and trying to coerce him into lying on other co-defendants. I'm here to make clarity that at no point in time did the Liberia National Police at any given instance have an engagement with Mr. Yanti concerning any issue of bribery. Of the names that he listed, there's no one who has got any authority to commit government in that regard. More so, Mr. Yanti has been identified from day one as a person of interest in this case, and he has been on the run. Through mutual cooperation with the Ghanaian police, he was arrested and subsequently turned over. Mr. Yanti was brought back into the country on the 6th, the intervention of a family member who made a request that he was willing to cooperate and become a witness. However, we know that in criminal investigations, cooperating suspects are always dangerous. When he was brought in based on the request of the family member who assisted in this process, we gave him a chance to speak with him and to test the legitimacy of his willingness to assist in the investigation. In the process, it was proven that indeed he could not be trusted. He was already charged even before, he was charged in absentia, so even before being arrested. As such, he was brought over at central headquarters and subsequently turned over to the court. At no point in time did we ever intend to make a deal with him or to even promise him what he's claiming. The claims that you're hearing and counter claims, I don't even know which one to believe. 50,000, 200,000, 2,000, whichever one.
So folks, a pleasant good morning on this wonderful Monday morning, the 23rd day in the month of June. We're about to say goodbye to June. In the next couple of days, we're going to usher in the month which Liberia celebrates, called Independent Anniversary. But folks, welcome to this edition of the Morning Ride on this wonderful Monday morning on the 7th of Liberia launches the Unsacred
I was suffering for 7 years, going up and down, no way. I heard about you. I go to Oya about the menacing concern, buying this menacing. I'm feeling healthy than I was before. So my people who listen to me, in menacing, that good menacing, that make me to be alive today. For the first, second is menacing. So what kind of segment you are suffering from? Our foot problem. Yes, my foot problem. How long that I'm working? You said 7 years, right? 7 years. Okay, thank you. You are welcome. I'm well now.
Rush now and buy this medicine, Mary Maga Hot Tea, for small money. The Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine is sold for $350 $. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. In Moserado County here, Monrovia, Liberia, the people, when you go to Bonafide, opposite Makumba, Bendu, tissue factory, right beyond the block factory, you will see the people office that they Mary Maga Hot Tea people. They're going to be sending the Mary Maga Hot Tea to you. For more information, you can call the following numbers: 0777 444 591, 0770 913361, and 0776 36 9805. And if you want to buy this Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine, that's small money. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. If you buy the medicine here, you take all of the dose. My sister, my brother, all of the sicknesses you've been suffering with gonna be healed. So rush now and you will live happily.
Without further ado, we have said trying
The people that used to sell Mary Maga hot tea medicine all over in Lofa, Nimba, and Dalopon counties. The people finally now settled down in Motorado County. They Mary Maga hot tea medicine here. People in Lofa, people in Bon counties have been buying the Mary Maga hot tea medicine. People with terrible sicknesses, and most of them have been healed and been giving testimony about the Mary Maga hot tea medicine and how cool it is. Finally, the people that settled down in Motorado County here. In Motorado County here, Morovia, Liberia, the people, when you go to Bonafide, opposite Makumba, Bendu tissue factory, right beyond the block factory, you will see the people office that they Mary Maga hot tea people. They're going to be sending the Mary Maga hot tea to you. And if you want to buy this Mary Maga hot tea medicine, that's small money. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. If you buy the medicine here, you take all of the dose, my sister, my brother, all of the sicknesses you've been suffering with gonna be killed. This medicine they call Mary Maga hot tea can take away or kill all kinds of sicknesses, and some of the sicknesses that the Mary Maga hot tea medicine can kill are typhoid fever. Every time you're feeling cold in your body, you're feeling sick, infection, stomach complaint. Every day you're complaining with your stomach. You say my stomach hurting, my mom my stomach hurting, my wife my stomach hurting. Even women that cannot see their period, the medicine they call Mary Maga hot tea can solve it. The sexual weakness, you can't do your homework, or you come home working, or you go somewhere, you come back home, you can't do your homework. The woman tells you say bad living man, sexual weakness in both men and women. They Mary Maga hot tea, they can kill it. Numbness in the body, eye problem. Every time you complain with your eye, you can't see clear. The Mary Maga hot tea can solve it. It can kill it. Also, every time you complain with your stomach pointing, you can't eat pepper. You can't eat this one. Also, the Mary Maga hot tea can solve it. It can kill it. Rheumatism, back pain. Every time you complain with your back, my back hurting, pain in my back, Mary Maga hot tea medicine can kill it. Diabetes, the sugar problem. This Mary Maga hot tea can kill it. Skin disease and many more. Mary Maga hot tea medicine can kill all these problems. Here are some testimonies of people that Mary Maga hot tea medicine has killed, and today they are free and living happily.
My name is Sisi Galema. I live in Kolang. This medicine has gone well for me from Monday to this morning, making it 1 week. The first of all, Taffo have been disturbing me. That even it has taken me more than 5 years, I don't take my cool water, but this medicine makes the way I sweat, the heat coming on fine. I take my cool water, and I'm fine in the body. And also even my eyesight has not been too clear, but it makes now I can see a distance, see very clear, and also as a man, it makes me active, sexually active. I play my game number 1. I used to always play weakness in the defense, but now I'm strong. If I can leave on the defense, go score and come back, which is my sexual organ is very active. As a young man, I'm moving strong. All of my points that have been hurting my waist, everything free. This medicine is very good. It's natural. It's very good. It don't have any side effect, but it do it just perfect.
That Mr. Walker will say you when you raise the citizen, it's using him now to implement opinion. Some people opinion is good.
He had his own defense and criticized a lot of folks from the opposition that people criticize the former president George Bush. And now such people in government dying people in opposition.
So we don't have a relationship with the people.
Better give it a bag and you can get the bag. The baby call the bag.
Mama
I was suffering for 7 years, going up and down, no way. When I heard about you, I go to Koya about the menacing from Sarah, buying this menacing. I feeling healthy than the way I was before. So my people who listening to me, they menacing that good menacing, that it make me to be alive today. God, the first, second, this menacing.
So what kinds of sickness you were suffering from?
Our food problem. Yes, my food problem.
And how long that was Hamburg you? You said 7 years, right?
7 years.
Okay, thank you. You are welcome.
I'm well now.
Rush now and buy this medicine, Mary Maga Hot Tea, for small money. The Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine is sold for $350 $. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. In Motorado County here, Morovia, Liberia, the people, when you go to Bonafan, opposite Makumba, Bendu Tissue Factory, right behind the block factory, you will see the people office that they Mary Maga Hot Tea people. They're going to be sending the Mary Maga Hot Tea to you. For more information, you can call the following numbers: 0777 444 591, 0770 9133 61, and 0776 36 9805. And if you want to buy this Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine, that's more money. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. If you buy the medicine here, you take all of the dose, my sister, my brother, all of the sicknesses you've been suffering with gonna be cured. So rush now and live happily. The people that used to sell Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine all over in Lofa, Nimba, and Dalabon counties. The people finally now settled down in Motorado County. They Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine. People in Lofa, people in Bon counties have been buying the Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine. People with terrible sicknesses, and most of them have been healed and been giving testimony about the Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine. How cool it is. Finally, people are settled down in Motorado County here. In Motorado County here, Morovia, Liberia, the people, when you go to Bonafan, opposite Makumba, Bendu Tissue Factory, right behind the block factory, you will see the people office that the Mary Maga Hot Tea people. They're going to be sending the Mary Maga Hot Tea to you. And if you want to buy this Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine, it's no money. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. If you buy the medicine here, you take all of the dose, my sister, my brother, all of the sicknesses you've been suffering with gonna be cured. This medicine they call Mary Maga Hot Tea can take away or kill all kinds of sicknesses, and some of the sicknesses that the Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine can kill are typhoid fever. Every time you're feeling cold in your body, you're feeling sick, infection, stomach complaint. Every day you're complaining with your stomach. You say my stomach hurting, my mom my stomach hurting, my wife my stomach hurting. Even
and he said, that said, let's not pretend the optics don't matter. Liberia is still struggling. People are hurting, and when the Irish president can't afford a decent meal or basic health care, seeing leaders fly private can feel like a slap in the face. Honest, that's true. And something he said in his right out, that when the economy is good, which is right, when the economy is good, jobs are being created, people working, all of these things, and food on the table, heads of families can actually take care of the family, kids are in school, salary paid on time, you can find meat for yourself, you better healthcare, delivery system, better education, security, all of these things. Nobody attention will be seen having all of the focus on the issue of private jet, on the issue of expensive cars. But when these things are not met, the people always look to see how you live, because they will always measure their lives with your life, which is honest in that. There are folks who are seriously disappointed with this government, and they got all right to be disappointed because they have seen some of the things that were said have not been actualized. There are some who are still of the conviction that things will be better because they are patient, but there are some who believe that no, this cannot be. We think these people have had probably a luxury of time now and to come still give our excuses a time that they be able to deliver. There are some who say, look, we got a couple of years to go. This government says she took over from a broken economy or empty cupboards or whatever, trying to get her feet down, and people say, look, the child is over 1 year. So this child is walking, probably talking now. Can say mama or papa, so it's no time to pamper. Some of the folks who brought this the past, the only one who
cannot see their period. The medicine they call Marie Magal hot tea can solve it. The sexual weakness, you can't do your homework, go, you come home working, or you go somewhere, you come back home, you can't do your homework, go. And the one tells you, say by limit man, sexual weakness in both men and women. They Marie Magal hot tea, they can cure it. Numbness in a body, eye problem. Every time you complain with your eye, you can't see clear. The Marie Magal hot tea can solve it. It can
better services, jobs opportunities, and a sense that the future was finally looking up. Nobody will be talking about how the president flies. In fact, if the country was in a strong place, it might even make sense to invest in a government-owned plane that can be used for official travel and leaves out when not in use. At the end of the day, what matters most isn't the flight, it is the result. If the president is focused on delivering real progress for the Liberian people, then how he gets to the next meeting becomes a lot less important. Let's keep our eyes on what really counts. Performance, not perception. This is something that was written by a political leader from the opposition camp. This is Honorable Benedict Cummings of the ANC. No insults, but the real issue.
Also, every time you complain with your stomach pointing, you can't eat pepper, you can't eat this one. Also, the Marie Magal hot tea can solve it, it can cure it. Rheumatism, back pain, every time you complain with your back, my back hurting, pain in my back, my Marie Magal hot tea medicine can cure it. Diabetes, the sugar problem, this Marie Magal hot tea can cure it. Skin disease and many more. Marie Magal hot tea medicine can cure all these problems. Here are some of the testimonies of people that Marie Magal hot tea medicine has cured, and today they are free and living happily.
My name is Cindy Galema. Okay. I live in This medicine have done well for me from Monday to this Monday, making it 1 week. The first of all, Capo have been disturbing me. That even it have taken me more than 5 years, I don't take back with cold water, but this medicine makes the way I sweat, the heat coming on fine, I take back with cold water, and I'm fine in the body. And also even my outside have not been too clear. But it makes now I can see a distance, see very clear. And also as a man, it makes me active, sexually active. I play my team number 1. I used to always play weakness in the defense, but now I'm strong. If I can leave on the defense, go score and come back, which is my sexual organ is very, very active. As a young man, I'm moving strong. All of my joints that have been hurting my waist, everything free. This medicine is very, very good. It's natural. It's very good. It don't have any side effect, but it's doing well. Perfect.
He was looking at the shuttle area where you can use a water flight to get there. Where you go to New York, go to the other place. He said, looking at the over the lane, unnecessary routes and all of these things. Delay or connection from this flight to the next flight. There's no carrying our president riding. But what matters is to have
I gave it a bag and you get a go out. But I call a bag. Okay. Now I said, you need to see that for where you are.
I was suffering for 7 years, going up and down, no way. When I heard about you, I go to Puya about the medicine from buying this medicine. I'm feeling healthy than the way I was before. So my people who listen to me, the medicine, the good medicine, that make me to be alive today. God, the first, second, this medicine.
So what kinds of sickness you were suffering from?
Foot problem. Oh, yes, my foot problem.
How long that was working? You said 7 years, right?
7 years.
Okay, thank you. You are welcome.
I'm well now.
Rush now and buy this medicine, Marie Maga Hot Tea, for small money. The Marie Maga Hot Tea medicine is sold for $350 dollars. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. In Moserado County here, Morovia, Liberia, the people, when you go to Bonafan, opposite Makumba, Bendu Tissue Factory, right beyond the block factory, you will see the people office that the Marie Maga Hot Tea people. They're going to be sending the Marie Maga Hot Tea to you. For more information, you can call the following numbers: 0777 591 0770 913361 and 0776 36 9805. And if you want to buy this Marie Maga Hot Tea medicine, that's more money. The whole 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. If you buy the medicine here, you take all of the dose. My sister, my brother, all of the sicknesses you've been suffering with gonna be healed. So rush now and you will live happily.
And don't forget, this is the woman.
The people are into selling Marie Maga Hot Tea medicine all over in Lofa, Nimba, and all of Bon counties. The people finally now settle down in Moserado County. They Marie Maga Hot Tea medicine here. People in Lofa, people in Bon counties have been buying the Marie Maga Hot Tea medicine. People with terrible sicknesses, and most of them have been healed and been giving testimony about the Marie Maga Hot Tea medicine and how cool it is. Finally, the people now settle down in Moserado County. Yeah. In Moserado County here, Morovia, Liberia, the people, when you go to Bonafan, opposite Makumba, Bendu Tissue Factory, right beyond the block factory, you will see the people office that the Marie Maga Hot Tea people. They're going to be sending the Marie Maga Hot Tea to you. And if you want to buy this Marie Maga Hot Tea medicine, that's more money. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. If you buy the medicine here, you take all of the dose. My sister, my brother, all of your sicknesses you've been suffering with gonna be cured. This medicine they call Marie Maga Hot Tea can take away or kill all kinds of sicknesses, and some of the sicknesses that the Marie Maga Hot Tea medicine can cure are typhoid fever. Every time you're feeling cold in your body, you're feeling sick, infection, stomach complaint. Every day you complain with your stomach. You say my stomach hurting, my mom my stomach hurting, my wife my stomach hurting. Even women that cannot see their period, the medicine they call Marie Maga Hot Tea can solve it. A sexual weakness, you can't do your homework, you come home working, or you go somewhere, you come back home, you can't do your homework, go. Your woman tells you say by leaving me, sexual weakness in both men and women, they Marie Maga Hot Tea, they can cure it. Numbness in the body, eye problem. Every time you complain with your eye, you can't see clear. They Marie Maga Hot Tea can solve it, it can cure it. Also, every time you complain with your stomach burning, you can't eat pepper, you can't eat this one. Also, the Marie Maga Hot Tea can solve it, it can cure it. Rheumatism, back pain, every time you complain with your back, my back hurting, pain in my back, Marie Maga Hot Tea medicine can cure it. Diabetes, the sugar problem, this Marie Maga Hot Tea can cure it. Skin disease, and many more. Marie Maga Hot Tea medicine can cure all these problems. Here are some of the testimonies of people that Marie Maga Hot Tea medicine has cured, and today they are free and living happily.
My name is Sidney Dalima. I live in Kolango, This medicine has gone well for me from Monday to this morning, making it 1 week. The first of all, Taco have been disturbing me. That even it has taken me more than 5 years, I don't take that with cold water, but this medicine makes the way I sweat, the heat coming on fine, I take that with cold water, and I'm fine in the body. And also even my outside has not been too clear, but it make now I can see a distance, see very clear. And also as
I park in the garage, if you want to have a real car performance, it must be people who are working on the track.
cannot do that.
And you get to know
Fundamentally, I understand
that guy has the speed.
The Civil Service Agency Director was he said it today to talk about work permit, which is completely outside his area.
And don't forget
Civil Service deal with public sector.
She also,
which is covered
during
by
the time, criticized the
Civil Service Standing Order.
Former President George.
The Ministry of Labor deal with the decent work act.
The government now
we deal with private sector.
Diamond.
There are two different institutions, two different law we deal. So I mean, I'm sure if I were in a position and the Senate asked me to go talk about Civil Service Agency, I would tell them that is not my area. I'm a Minister of Labor. But people think differently and do think differently. Maybe they have their own reason. But in government, it's important to coordinate
missed opportunities
and
for national advancement,
especially if you are working for the same institution. So again, we'll continue to preach that. That is the way to run government.
Now she also expressed a concern
working in this
about the early performance.
So I want to thank you very much
for who took office in January 2024, following a highly competitive election. In her words, she said, although his administration is still in its early stages, but she questioned the pace and direction of governance and urging the president to move swiftly in with reform promises and focus on the needs of ordinary Liberians. These are issues, and these are things we said on this platform have said over the period of time. What the recommendation? You're in opposition, you think you need to criticize. They see government here today, they did it yesterday. Nothing changes. But see, Honorable Alexander coming right out, see Madam Boy right out, it tells you we need to understand something. We don't need to put people in the streets. Any mature government that claim to have the interests of the people, reading these things, following these things, will know that you are even being guided by people in opposition, and they show maturity in their rear out. So there are folks who don't expect anybody to come after them. You might say no, some of these things, but you got to be mindful and respectful how you respond to these people with their assessment and their analysis of how they critique you. That you don't have to go get mad. Look and then take your time and say, look around. Are people not suffering? People suffering. Are these things, some of these things they say are not real? Very real.
These allegations, the Liberian National Police,
but you don't have to be rude. You won't be violent. Whether you say you put people in the street, you use people who should be putting their lives together. You say you put motorcycles together. Motorcycles are second class people, or they are children, or the people of lesser. That every time you want to go and do a protest to make a name, these are some of the things. These are reality, and the president must see this, read it, and sit and have a sober reflection. And look around and see the people, how they are performing since he placed them into positions. Because there are a lot of folks who are performing, and there are a lot of other folks who are there not performing. They're on holiday, nothing to hide about that.
The importance of public cooperation in cases involving vulnerable individuals.
She said, although his administration is still in its early stages,
a talking issue,
but she also went on to question the pace. Maybe too slow. So you have to speed up.
People to become proud of their country.
So you question the pace in the direction of governance. What's the direction of governance?
And again,
where are we heading? Where are we going?
I'm not here for presidency.
So she urged President Barker to move swiftly on his reform promises, because he promised to have a lot of things change and business will not be as usual.
What is it you're going to do at
but the pace
you couldn't do at Vice President. Tell them
and focus on the needs of the ordinary people,
I want
that they can have food, they can have better health care, better education
that will learn the
security.
Truth. We have too much garbage
and these
social
are
media.
These are things that people are confronted with on a daily basis.
So that the Liberian people will know, and we are going to support
the Moravia Central Prison. How can a
looking at all of these
object
things.
emotion be obstructing traffic?
We must be
But
able.
because when they hear the name CDC, you know the president said that
She went on to say, I believe
said
that if we begin to elect leaders that Lord the people more than their foreign bank accounts, we will begin to see progress.
When I sit here,
She said,
and allow ourselves to be
I still find a heart wrenching to see that there are districts in places in Liberia where you have schools, and children sitting on the ground, in the lawmakers for those counties are driving 45,000 cars. It shows that there is a systematic problem. Most of them live in these communities. And they were seen as individuals who care about the community. And once they get elected, they forget that these are the very people who elected them. Who said this on communication? Fair enough here. There are public schools in districts. There are public schools in the countries.
On the UP regime. Mr. McCree and the CDC.
But it baffles her to see that students will sit on the floor.
So we don't have relationship with them.
And it's difficult for them to walk in places and all of these things. But you find a lawmaker. It's by law. That one that's true. It's by law that these people they entitled to such.
Of the land. They are not the owner of the property. Look, see the place.
To fight for these people, because these are the very same people who elected you. These are the very same people you want tomorrow when you reach voting ages to vote for you again.
The issue here is we sat down and saw.
And she said most of them, most of the lawmakers, they live with these people.
With some lawmakers.
And she went on to point
all of us here.
to numerous
on the ground.
Example of what she said she saw
what the president said
that was better.
We will prosecute the hooligans.
One former president Ellie Johnson said that made her government look the diamond. And the current president said our vice president for it. So he will be taking some of the glory as well. Today he's in a driving seat. The full responsibility rests on his shoulder and his evil lieutenants. She said you go to JFK, for example. Why maternity health was not 100%, that was then. There were systems and structure in place to deal with some of the issues. She said they have programs at JFK for teen mothers. Young girls who were giving birth in those programs at the end of the day brought their mothers together with them. And across the country, there were different things happening for women and girls. Are we having it now? Government take note.
The plug of brain by the sea appear instead of a section. They brought fire.
She said Liberia did not make some progress on maternal mortality on Celine government, but a 2016 report from the United Nations Children Agency says that Liberia maternal mortality ratio is one of the highest in the world. She said it is a serious matter that people come to government with nothing. In less than a year, they have built mansions for themselves. Everyone sees government as a place to get rich.
Who are working here already and can't all their work on you. Cannot do that.
It seems why.
So again,
we saw that in the past. We see that currently.
The civil service agency director was they said it today to talk about work permit, which is completely outside his area.
Also
civil service deal with public sector worker. Okay, which is covered by
and she went on
the civil service standing order
to praise
the Ministry of Labor deal with the decent work.
We deal with administration for something.
Two different institutions.
He did not say all bad. Because no possible
I'm sure if I were
in government for that matter, whether you like the government,
to talk about civil service agency, I would tell them that is not my area.
Former President Ellie Johnson believe that there are things
but people think differently.
Even former President Johnson,
they may have their own reason. in government, it's important to
On
watch
his
activities and to consult with each other, especially if you are working for the same institution. So again, we'll continue to preach that.
So those are some of the things you can create a job and performing in this kind of auto sector to make sure.
So I want to thank you very much. Our doors are always open.
So some of the things she cited, pointed to, she said road construction and improve electricity services. We all talking about. It's not 100%, but I think it's half better to what we experienced some years back. She attributed and credited Honorable Morning Captain, the former Chief Executive Officer of the Liberia Legislative Corporation, and she also hailed Mo Ali at the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation, that they, that water all over the place, not 100%, but at least people can say, yeah, we getting prep on water, and a lot of improvement being made over the process. So Mo Ali, it's a hats up to you today.
We appreciate your time and commitment.
But you know the government now. You always got people who will just immediately after government has to respond again. They had to go on to respond again. They said they were absolutely unrealistic and out of order. And I think that is due to the fact that she is not in touch of many of the good things that are happening in the country. Daniel Sano, the Deputy Minister for Press and Public Affairs, at the Ministry of Information. You know, Minister, sometimes you got to wait and review some of the comments, some of the criticism, and not just be too fast to respond. And do some assessment. Yes, she may not be in touch with some of the development, but that's why it's always good to have these things up. But I think she said she has taken her time, and she has come up with an honest assessment of the immediate past government and this government. That's what she said. Though the government is still in her early stages, but she have to. But she looking at the pace, but government must swiftly act. So the Deputy Minister Dana Sano on behalf of government, he said they were absolutely unrealistic and out of order. So all of the things she said is unrealistic.
It's not a talking issue.
And out of order, and I think
we need it every day.
Now you provide these things to her.
Liberian people,
you say you think
proud of their country.
That it is due to the fact that she is not in touch with many of the good things that are happening in the country.
For presidency,
says Liberia Deputy Information Minister of Public Affairs. According to her, there are scores of officials
and for those
that have been suspended. According to him, there are scores of officials that have been suspended for time indefinite for corruption and turned over to the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission for investigation.
We have too much garbage on
I
social
think that is
media.
leadership.
The trouble
By
comes
example,
so that the Liberian people will know.
That's why he
and we
responded.
are going to support
And we all know that the president has suspended a lot of officials of government, and Liberians are still waiting for the outcome of these investigations. Whether these people, some of them will declare that they were not the allegation level against them was true, they were properly investigated, impartially clear up all, formally charged and forwarded to court, waiting for the outcome. Liberians are still waiting for some of these things.
No, the citizens are paying for more than 20 years. No,
so
we are paying
we are here.
with the properties owner. The citizen is not a UP who was thrown out because
the former president
We have been responsible
official yet to respond to.
We have been dealing with our
They have not been able to respond.
procedure in every year. Our landlord and us been in good time until now.
And so,
that Mr.
you know, the former president under his regime, there were top officials of government that were sanctioned from the U.S. government, including the current senator of, the two senators, as a matter of fact, from Weekie County, Honorable Attorney McGee, who then was Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, and the then Managing Director, who is currently Senator in Victoria.
But for us,
you have
when you look on the social media, what are the people that are talking about CDC moving tomorrow, the other tomorrow? They are all regime propagandists. They are not the owners of the land. They are not the owner of the property. See the place. We don't want the place. We develop the place. There's a procedure in removing people that spend long time on your property. But that is not the issue. The issue here is we sat down and saw
the U.S. government,
the regime,
for public corruption. There are a lot of other things tempering with this, that, a whole lot of things that brought the Magnitsky sanction.
The first day the president appeared on the ground when the building burned.
So
what the president said, we will prosecute the hooligans. What informed the president's decision?
You know,
hooligans burn the place. From there
we have to look at these things.
The president had done no, according to a profile. He has nothing like even a paper during the day the fire service. He's not a fire investigator. He compromised the investigation. Two,
unrealistic.
all the lawmakers they invited, no paper from the majority bloc they invited them. Even though they own record for saying that
we have to provide the facts to the public. You know, there are too many people in Liberia who do not even know some of the pockets that were made
on the day, the eve of the
one of the former president.
The eve of the incident, current senator now, former representative.
There were a lot of things
up to 1150. The two seats
that took place
that they used in section, it was in Achima.
And there are a lot of things that are currently ongoing under this administration. But how do the people get to know?
Fire investigator from America.
It must be reformed, they must be part and parcel of it at times.
And they refuse for the people to
because tomorrow, they might just sit and conclude that while you were in office, you did absolutely nothing to advance their lives, to develop the country, to create jobs, opportunities, develop the minds of the young folks. So you always find things played. And she says she announced her plans to resume streaming around the country of her award-winning documentary The Devil Back to Hell.
Cannot do that.
Looking at events in Liberia,
unfortunately, I understand the Civil Service Agency Director was decided today to talk about work permit, which is completely outside.
In the absence of knowledge,
Civil Service deal with public sector work,
this document,
which is covered by the Civil Service Order. The Ministry of Labor deals with the Decent Work Act. We deal with private sector workers, so there are two different institutions, two different laws. So, I mean, I'm sure if I were in a position and the Senate asked me to go talk about Civil Service Agency, I would tell them that is not my area. I'm the Minister of Labor. But people think differently and people think differently. They may have their own reason.
It's not asking.
Government is important.
Trying to say to the people.
Our activities and
he understands
with each other, especially if we are working for the same institution.
The reasons why people will always
continue to preach that. That is the way to run government, and that's the way to go when you work in this kind of institution. So I want to thank you very much. Our doors are always open.
To focus on the main issue, to get the job done. The people will complain. According to him, the people will complain because of the living condition. So you will have people complaining. But once you got the job done and things are moving, there will be no complaint. Sometimes some of these criticism must be taken seriously. Sometimes it guides us in the process. So he did not jump to say, oh, the president ran private jet. There may be people in the past who condemn or criticize the former president for such. But Honorable Collins and I say, look, keep saying, look, he said, as someone who worked at a very senior level before and therefore flew and managed a fleet of private jets, I understand the value of time, especially for someone in charge of running a country. This place, now not somebody who in the government. That's not somebody who been high, but he's trying to give his candid opinion on the matter. He said, as someone who worked at a very senior level before and therefore flew and managed a fleet of private jets, I understand the value of time, especially for someone in charge of running a country. He says spending 10 hours in airport lodge dealing with long layovers and unreliable connections doesn't make sense. When that time could be better spent doing the actual work of governing water in Liberia or the abroad. He said, there are short, direct commercial routes where it makes sense to fly commercial. Moreover, to Accra, Abidjan, even Nairobi. But for places like Abuja or New York, where you are dealing with long transits and frustrating delays, flying private jet isn't about luxury, it is about efficiency and effectiveness.
It's not a talking.
And he went on and said, that's it.
We mean it.
Let's not pretend the optics don't matter. Liberia stays struggling. People are hurting.
I told you people over and again.
When the average person cannot afford a decent meal or basic health care, seeing leaders fly private jet can feel like a slap in the face. That's honest. Where the people cannot have a better health care delivery system, they cannot feel for themselves, and they hear that the president is on a riding private jet and with his entourage, they see that you are not sensitive to the plight. You do not care about them. That's why you are in luxury. Then he went on, he said, but there are real issues. If Liberia was thriving, if people saw real change, better services, job opportunities, and a sense that the future was finally looking up, nobody would be talking about how the president flies. In fact, if the country was in a strong place, it might even make sense to invest in a government-owned plane that can be used for official travel and lease out when not in use. Fair enough. You see what he said there? Like the former president, George Weah, and his government, they talk about having a plane for Liberia. How far did we go with that, where we are? Nobody knows, but he was not re-elected. What sort of progress are made? We expected this government to be able to ask them, which one of them? The billiard you were in line with, the company that was about to sell this plane to us, or the manufacturer.
The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. You add the medicine here, you take all of the dose. My sister, my brother, all of the sicknesses you've been suffering with gonna be cured. This medicine they call Marie Maga Hot Tea can take away or cure all kinds of sicknesses. And some of the sicknesses that a Marie Maga Hot Tea medicine can cure are typhoid fever. Every time you feel cold in your body, you feel sick, infection, stomach complaining. Every day you complaining with your stomach. You say my stomach hurting, my mama stomach hurting, my wife my stomach hurting. Even women that cannot see their period, the medicine they call Marie Maga hot tea can solve it. Sexual weakness, you can't do your homework, you come on working, or you go somewhere, you come back home, you can't do your homework. Your woman tells you say by limit man, sexual weakness in both men and women. They Marie Maga hot tea, they can cure it. Numbness in the body, eye problem. Every time you complain with the people that used to sell the Marie Maga hot tea medicine all over in Lofa, Nimba, and all of Bon counties. The people finally now settled down in Moserado County. The Marie Maga hot tea medicine here. People in Lofa, people in Bon counties have been buying the Marie Maga hot tea medicine. People with terrible sicknesses, and most of them have been healed and been giving testimony about the Marie Maga hot tea medicine and how good it is. Finally, the people now settled down in Moserado County here. In Moserado County here, Morovia, Liberia, the people, when you go to Bonafan, opposite Makumba, Bendu tissue factory, right beyond the block factory, you will see the people office that they Marie Maga hot tea people. They're going to be sending the Marie Maga hot tea to you. And if you want to buy this Marie Maga hot tea medicine, that's small money. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. If you buy the medicine here, you take all of the dose, my sister, my brother, all of the sicknesses you've been suffering with, gonna be cured. This medicine they call Marie Maga hot tea can take away or kill all kinds of sicknesses, and some of the sicknesses that a Marie Maga hot tea medicine can kill are typhoid fever. Every time you're feeling cold in your body, you're feeling sick, infection, stomach complaint. Every day you complaining with your stomach. You say my stomach hurting, my mama stomach hurting, my wife my stomach hurting. Even women that cannot see their period, the medicine they call Marie Maga hot tea can solve it. A sexual weakness, you can't do your homework, go, you come home working, or you go somewhere, you come back home, you can't do your homework, go. Your woman tells you say by limit man, sexual weakness in both men and women. They Marie Maga hot tea, it can cure it. Numbness in the body, eye problem. Every time you complain with your eye, you can't see clear. They Marie Maga hot tea can solve it, it can cure it. Also, every time you complain with your stomach boiling, you can't eat pepper, you can't eat this one. Also, the Marie Maga hot tea can solve it. It can cure it. Rheumatism, back pain. Every time you complain with your back, my back hurting, pain in my back. Marie Maga hot tea medicine can cure it. Diabetes, the sugar problem. This Marie Maga hot tea can cure it. Skin disease and many more. Marie Maga hot tea medicine can cure all these problems. Here are some of the testimonies of people that Marie Maga hot tea medicine has cured, and today they are free and living happily.
My name is Sisi Galima. Okay. I live in Kolahu, Kobasile, Kisi. This medicine have done well for me from Monday to this Monday, making it 1 week. Okay. The first of all, typhoid have been disturbing me. That even it have taken me more than 5 years, I don't take bath with cold water, but this medicine makes the way I sweat, the heat coming on fine, I take bath with cold water, and I'm fine in the body. And also even my outside have not been too clear, but it makes now I can see a distance, see very clear, and also as a man, it makes me active, sexually active. I play my game number 1. I used to always play weakness in the defense, but now I'm strong. If I can leave on the defense, go school and come back, which is my sexual organ is very active. That's great. As a young man, I'm moving strong. All of my joints that have been hurting my waist, everything free. This medicine is very good. It's natural. Right. It's very good. It don't have any side effect, but it do it well. Perfect.
My mother was sick. I've been spending money from hospital to hospital for that time. She almost died. I same for my people and the kids. And when I hear the news over here, I have well, tell God, thank you. She well. And even my auntie, they call Yene. She was saying she was not working good. She was in the same church. And when I told her, people they come here, they need testimony. All right. So they embarrassed me. And that's when we were supposed to play with. Even my mother had testimony because she was not working, she was not talking. But they did testimony. People see what I want to do. Every time people when they come here for their medicine. Okay. So their medicine, but they're doing well. My mama, yeah, she was not working. Our baby in your house. She was not coming outside, but now she got washed, she go in the bathroom, she pay for sex. She was not ever asking people.
About that, my boss will be.
I was gonna give it a badge and it's you can go out. But I call about Yava, can okay.
Now I studied in the for away you. Can I hang on the little food? Now can no mama, can no mama, can no mama. I can no mama. Mama can. Oh, mama, I can no mama.
Well, I was suffering for 7 years, going up and down, no way. When I heard about you, I go to Foya about the menacing influencer, buying this menacing. I'm feeling healthy than the way I was before. So my people who listen to me, they menacing, the good menacing, that make me to be alive today, got the first, second, this menacing.
So what kinds of sickness you were suffering from?
Our foot problem.
Foot?
Yes, my foot problem.
Okay. And how long that was Hamburg? You said 7 years, right?
7 years.
Okay, thank you. You are welcome.
I'm well now.
Rush now and buy this medicine, Mary Maga Hot Tea, for small money. The Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine is sold for $350 $. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. In Moserado County here, Monrovia, Liberia, the people, when you go to Bonafan, opposite Makumba, Bendu Tissue Factory, right beyond the block factory, you will see the people office that they Mary Maga Hot Tea people. They're going to be sending the Mary Maga Hot Tea to you. For more information, you can call the following numbers: 0777 444 591, 0770 913361 and 0776 369805. And if you want to buy this Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine, that's small money. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. If you buy the medicine here, you take all of the dose, my sister, my brother, all of the sicknesses you've been suffering with gonna be cured. And so rush now and you will live happily. The people are into selling Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine all over in Lofa, Nimba, and all of Bon counties. The people finally now settle down in Moserado County. The Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine here. People in Lofa, people in Bon counties have been buying the Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine. People with terrible sicknesses, and most of them have been healed and been giving testimony about the Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine and how good it is. Finally, the people now settle down in Moserado County here. In Moserado County here, Monrovia, Liberia, the people, when you go to Bonafan, opposite Makumba, Bendu Tissue Factory, right beyond the block factory, you will see the people office that they Mary Maga Hot Tea people. They're going to be sending the Mary Maga Hot Tea to you. And if you want to buy this Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine, that's small money. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. If you buy the medicine here, you take all of the dose, my sister, my brother, all of your sicknesses you've been suffering with gonna be cured. This medicine they call Mary Maga Hot Tea can take away or kill all kinds of sicknesses, and some of the sicknesses that a Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine can kill are typhoid fever. Every time you're feeling cold in your body, you're feeling sick, infection, stomach complaint. Every day you complaining with your stomach. You say my stomach hurting, my mom my stomach hurting, my wife my stomach hurting. Even women that cannot see their period, the medicine they call Mary Maga Hot Tea can solve it. A sexual weakness, you can't do your homework go, you come from working or you go somewhere, you come back home, you can't do your homework go. Your woman tells you say bad limit man. Sexual weakness in both men and women, they Mary Maga Hot Tea, they can cure it. Numbness in the body, eye problem. Every time you complain with your eye, you can't see clear. The Mary Maga Hot Tea can solve it. It can cure it. Also, every time you complain with your stomach boiling, you can't eat pepper, you can't eat this one. Also, the Mary Maga Hot Tea can solve it. It can cure it. Rheumatism, back pain. Every time you complain with your back, my back hurting, pain in my back. Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine can cure it. Diabetes, the sugar problem. This Mary Maga Hot Tea can cure it. Skin disease and many more. Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine can cure all these problems. Here are some of the testimonies of people that Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine has cured, and today they are free and living happily.
My name is Sisi Galema.
Okay.
I live in Kolahu, Kobasile, Kisi. This medicine have done well for me from Monday to this morning, making it 1 week.
Okay.
The first of all, typhoid have been disturbing me. that even it has taken me more than 5 years. I don't take bath with cold water, but this medicine makes the way I sweat, the heat coming on fine. I take bath with cold water, and I'm fine in the body. And also even my eyesight has not been too clear, but it makes now I can see a distance, seeing very clear. And also as a man, it makes me active, sexually active. I play my game number 1. I used to always play weakness in the defense, but now I'm strong. If I can leave on the defense, go school and come back, which is my sexual organ is very, very active.
That's great.
As a young man, I'm moving strong. All of my joints that have been hurting my waist, everything free. This medicine is very, very good. It's natural. It's very good. It don't have any side effect, but it do it work perfect.
My mother was sick. I've been spending money from hospital to hospital, but that time she almost died. I sent for my people and the king. And when I hear the news over here, I have brought her. Well, I tell God, thank you. She well. And even my auntie, they call Yene. She was saying she was not working good. She was in the same church. And when I told her, people they come here, they need testimony.
All right.
So they medicine me. And that's when we were going to play with. Even my mother had testimony because she was not working, she was not talking. When they did testing, when people see what I want, they do every time people when they come here for their medicine.
Okay.
So their medicine, but they're doing well. My Oma, yeah, she was not working. Our baby in the house. She was not coming outside, but now she got wash, she go in the bathroom, she pay for sex. She was not ever asking people.
That boy, that man, my boss is weezy.
I was then I gave it a badge and it's you get to go out. The baby call a bag and can I? Okay.
Now I said, you see that for the way you can hang on the little food. Now, can no mama, can no mama, can no mama. I can no mama. Mama can
When I was suffering for 7 years, going up and down, no way. When I heard about you, I go to Foya about the medicine from buying this medicine. I'm feeling healthy than the way I was before. So my people who listen to me, the medicine, the good medicine, that make me to be alive today, got the first, second this medicine.
So what kinds of sickness you are suffering from?
Our foot problem. Yes, my foot problem.
Okay. And how long that was working you? You said 7 years, right?
7 years.
Okay, thank you. You are welcome.
I'm well now.
Rush now and buy this medicine, Mary Maga Hot Tea, for some more money. The Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine is sold for $350 $. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. In Moserado County here, Morovia, Liberia, the people, when you go to Bonafan, opposite Makumba, Bendu Tissue Factory, right beyond the block factory, you will see the people office that they Mary Maga Hot Tea people. They're going to be sending the Mary Maga Hot Tea to you. For more information, you can call the following numbers: 0777 444 591, 0770 913361 and 0776 36 9805. And if you want to buy this Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine, that's small money. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. If you buy the medicine here, you take all of the dose, my sister, my brother, all of your sicknesses you've been suffering with gonna be cured. And so rush now and you will live happily. The people that used to sell Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine all over in Lofa, Nimba, and Dallas Bond counties. The people finally now settled down in Moserado County. They Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine here. People in Lofa, people in Bond counties have been buying the Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine. People with terrible sicknesses, and most of them have been healed and been giving testimony about the Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine and how cool it is. Finally, the people now settled down in Moserado County. Yeah, in Moserado County here, Morovia, Liberia. The people, when you go to Bonafan, opposite Makumba, Bendu Tissue Factory, right beyond the block factory, you will see the people office that they Mary Maga Hot Tea people. They're going to be sending the Mary Maga Hot Tea to you. And if you want to buy this Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine, that's small money. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. If you buy the medicine here, you take all of the dose, my sister, my brother, all of your sicknesses you've been suffering with gonna be cured. This medicine they call Mary Maga Hot Tea can take away or kill all kinds of sicknesses, and some of the sicknesses that they Mary Maga.
On the broadcast, it's a pleasant welcome to all of you. We hope that our weekend was great. Ambassador, how was your weekend?
Well, in some high, good, by the special grace of the Almighty God. But we're grateful to be alive and to be here.
Yeah, it's important. Mr. Andrew, how are you? And it's great to meet our people out there. It's important that these conversations are open. You know, my attention caught on some of the points made by the Magbowi. I remember she's a peace advocate or activist and a Nobel laureate. And she been in body politics, watching what's going on in Liberia for a very long time. She's been around. You know, she made an assertion that the leaders of government, especially under this government besides, should love the people more than their foreign bank accounts. This is shameful, and she made several points to substantiate the claims on that part. Ambassador, the people are just looking at the executive branch, the president, other than people who have been just in their positions. And the lawmakers, to be frank with you, there is so much hard to understand. Lawmakers, those aspiring for those positions, go in the county, they canvass, they move to towns, villages, communities. When they're elected, they leave the very area they wanted to lead. They go and live somewhere else. They live somewhere else, and they hide themselves in some community that people don't see them. You listen to one of the lawmakers, what he said, one of the constituent members, say, when I hear proclamation, not be your own in Mosrado. But when you want a position, you are all taking put from there. You are going and vote for me. You for the district, go home, give me put money, trust with them. Now they are coming to you and you say, no, you don't want to see people from the county. Because you know that you are far away from the district, the people will not pay their money to come way more Mosrado and see you. So you use as a means to hire yourself. The people need to love the people that voted them. And there are just very few lawmakers who are making this come alive, who are making that person felt in the district, in the county. But the bulk of them, majority of them, they don't care about the people. So at the end result, they're only looking at the president. Whereas there are deputies of government who are to be in those areas to further government agenda. You are part of the government. Why are you? Don't think that you're lawmaker, you're representative or senator, you're not part of the government, you're part of the government. The government got 3 branches of government.
You know, one thing she said in her write out during her interview, she said, and that's true. She said some of these lawmakers, they live within the districts or the counties. So it will beat her imagination that they will not know the problems. Yeah. Probably they might not have the chance to move all around. But that's why you see you got your staffers and responsibilities are dedicated to them.
Sure.
Yeah, you got your district coordinator that should be able to move around. You got community leaders to meet up with some of these people, because when you're having a DDCC meeting, you know, just sit together, and some of the problem, when these problems are placed before you, sometimes you really don't have to put your hands in your own pocket to get some of these things fixed. Or there are times you go to lobby. That lobbying skill should be in you. You go to lobby, you sit with some of your colleagues, you sit with the Minister of Finance, you're sitting with the Minister of Public Works, say, what can we do? You know, Minister of Public Works, we got the road condition. And Minister of Public Works will say, oh, let's see how we can arrange meeting with Minister of Finance, whether we can look for money elsewhere and look at maybe this is a major priority. We can take money from this place, get this thing done, and at a later day, have this other thing done.
But the thing is, they don't want to hear the problem.
Yeah, and that's what she said. Ellen government was not perfect. There were a lot of things too, but the last 2 government, though she said the current government
coming on fire, I think that was cool water, and I'm fine about it. And also even my outside, I'm not too clear, but it makes sure I can see on distance, being very clear. And also as a man, it made me active, sexually active. I play my game number 1. I used to always play weakness in the defense, but now I'm strong. If I can leave on the defense, go score and come back.
The things that they did,
So everything they did,
coupled with what this government listed or added, make Madam Ellen Johnson 12 years, made her government look like diamond.
This issue about lawmakers and abandoning the people has been a long time for it. That she serve as a wake up call that they go back to their people. Lawmakers have abandoned it. Look at the last time they gave 30,000 is news around. We heard some people saying that they were supporting beauty party. They spent 14,000 to buy vehicle. Do you think that that's the purpose of the money? Some of them pocketed their money. They never give money. They never even sponsor a single project. Whereas they took those money for the people, in the interest of the people. They said, we want to do something. So, comments of the days amount, you're divided. It's always wrong. Lawmakers need to go back to that district. You can't go to the people and say, vote me. The people vote you, then you leave right now, you won't bring your money in like brother. But every family you're traveling, going abroad, you want to have your money there. So every time you want money, when you get your money here, you must go abroad to get money from them. When you come out, you get something in your pocket. That's wrong. It's time that the people begin to turn back to the very people who elected them. And they see governments decentralized. They force them to look at the president or the executive branch. They will look at the first person of government, because these are direct representatives of the people. But let me tell you, Ambassador, there are a lot of lawmakers. They perform very poorly in that district. They are afraid that people tell them the truth or the problem, so they don't hold town hall meeting with their people. They don't inform them.
And you know, one of the problems that we have seen over the period of time, sometimes when people of such, when they come out to critique or to give their own assessment of a particular regime, how they are proceeding, we have seen most of our officials of government are very fast in responding to some of these issues, like the deputy minister after Daniel Sano has quickly reacted that unrealistic of what she said. Maybe she's not in touch with all of the good things that happen.
Sexual organ is very, very active. As a young man, I'm moving strong. All of my joints have been hurting my waist. Everything free. This medicine is very, very good. It's natural. It's very good. You don't have any side effects on it.
But Chad gonna honor his wife. You have two countries that will create a battle. We were G. You got the ministry agenda. And you get that people in the inflow working in various department sessions to get some things done. He's no longer president, but those are former president just have the point to the 14 members who have the point to roads, you can point to digital park in other places, recreation center, you can point to the Emery Hospital. This government also has started our own project on taking some of this, getting some things done. She thinks that
Well, I was suffering for 7 years, moving up and down, no way. When I hear about you, I go to Koya about the menacing influencer, buying this menacing. I'm feeling healthy than the way I was before. So my people who listen to me, the menacing, that good menacing, that it make me to be alive today. God, the first, second is menacing. So what kinds of sickness you suffer from? Our foot problem. Yes, my foot problem. How long time I'm working? You said 7 years, right? 7 years. Okay, thank you. You are welcome. I'm well now.
Rush now and buy this medicine, Marie Maga Hot Tea, for small money. The Marie Maga Hot Tea medicine is sold for $350 Labrador. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. In Motorado County here, Monrovia, Liberia, the people, when you go to a Bona Farm, opposite Marakumba, they do a tissue factory. Right beyond beyond the block factory, you will see the people office that they Mary Maga Hot Tea people. They're going to be sending the Mary Maga Hot Tea to you. For more information, you can call the following numbers: 0777 444 591, 0770 91 3361, and 0776 36 9805. And if you want to buy this Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine, that's small money. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. If you buy the medicine here, you take all of the dose. My sister, my brother, all of the sicknesses you've been suffering with gonna be cured. So rush now and you will live happily.
One company who are manufacturing this place for you
the people that used to sell the Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine all over in Lofa, Nimba, and Dallas counties. The people finally now settled down in Motorado County. The Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine here. People in Lofa, people in Bomb counties have been buying the Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine. People with terrible sicknesses, and most of them have been healed and been giving testimony about the Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine and how cool it is. Finally, people now settled down in Motorado County here. In Motorado County here, Monrovia, Liberia, the people, when you go to Bonafide, opposite Makumba, Bedu tissue factory, right beyond the block factory, you will see the people office that they Mary Maga Hot Tea people. They're going to be sending the Mary Maga Hot Tea to you. And if you want to buy this Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine, that's small money. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. If you buy the medicine here, you take all of the dose. My sister, my brother, all of the sicknesses you've been suffering with gonna be cured. This medicine they call Mary Maga Hot Tea can take away or kill all kinds of sicknesses. And some of the sicknesses that the Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine can cure are typhoid fever. Every time you feel it in your body, you're feeling sick, infection, stomach complaint. Every day you're complaining with your stomach. You say my stomach hurting, my mama's stomach hurting, my wife my stomach hurting. Even women that cannot see their period, the medicine they call Mary Maga Hot Tea can solve it. The sexual weakness, you can't do your homework before you come from work. You go somewhere, you come back home, you can't do your homework. The woman tells you, say by women, sexual weakness in both men and women. They Mary Maga Hot Tea, they can cure numbness in the body, eye problem. Every time you complain with your eye, you can't see clear. They Mary Maga Hot Tea can solve it, they can cure it. Also, every time you complain with your stomach pointing, you can't eat pepper. You can't eat this one. Also, the Mary Maga Hot Tea can solve it. It can cure it. Rheumatism, back pain. Every time you complain with your back, my back hurting, pain in my back. Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine can cure it. Diabetes, a sugar problem. This Mary Maga Hot Tea can cure it. Skin disease and many more. Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine can cure all these problems. Here are some of the testimonies of people that Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine has cured, and today they are free and living happily.
My name is Sidney Kalema. I live in Kuala Lumpur. This medicine have done well for me from Monday to this Monday, making it 1 week. The first of all,
they had to establish a Liberia National Police Trust Fund, and if they are focused on enhancing the work of the Liberian people, you will see development. You will see, but the deception of lawmakers. This is one key point the man Bowie made. A lawmakers need to sit back in their corners and reflect. Even in Montreal County, that host the capital city, that hold the seat of legislature, the first branch of government. There are some lawmakers in this country that know, even the poor lady don't even know about them. Where are they? What are they doing? Then let's talk about those ones in the rural parts. They just one that elected just 1 holiday, and the people now feel the impact. And with this issue of government response to comments, this is one thing, and I think the president said that before on the early stage of his government, that folks need to be very much careful. That's why he limited with a serious caution their appearance on radio stations, podcasts, and several other platforms responding to issues. Be very much mindful, because he's not running his government. He's going to be running the media or the social media on Facebook. But you know,
And even besides, Ambassador, besides, but this assessment on the government, I don't think it required anything in responding, because she was just being clear. You don't have to, because sometimes you find yourself in a particular position and you think you made it look like it's a must that you talk when somebody talk.
And this is what I want to say. Daniel Sanders needs to be very careful. Remember the last time he made a statement regarding the former president.
Yeah, and we spoke about that on the
platform. Another issue upon.
Yeah.
We know that you are the arm of government that should be talking. But in these times, it is important that you sit back critically. I don't see what really Liman Bowie said that was wrong.
Like
she was being realistic with her comments.
Now you saying all of the things that were said unrealistic.
She never spoke.
Because she's not in touch with a lot of good things. I mean, so feed her with the information.
But the one never came to talk about all that you're doing. She pointed to where she want to go. If she was going to say she want to talk about all and never mention all, then you have the right to say this. But she's pointed to specifics. She pointed to specifics. So he should be focused on those areas. You say absolutely unrealistic and completely out of order. That's rudeness.
And this is,
you can say that to a Nobel laureate who's making a chemical opinion on issue. So you just want to make a statement, but you want to make a statement.
But listen to what she said, and this is good for government. She said she asked the president to prioritize the economics crimes, quote, and use the money seized to fund the war crimes code. She recommended that the president immediately hold a meeting with the court office and reinforce his commitment to war and economic crime in Liberia publicly and set a top priority of his agenda. She said impunity, and we have said this, she said impunity has taken a glorious seat in this nation. Yes, there are people who took guns and killed us. But there are also people using the pens and bank accounts to murder thousands but deny them basic needs. You see?
She said a lot of issues that the government.
But if you look around, the president has suspended a lot of folks for allegation of corruption. It tells you that she's been realistic. Because if the president is taking some action and she measuring that on corruption and all of these things, you need not to respond to these kind of things.
But I call the president needs to pull the national check. Or the minister, let me say the minister, that is media boss. Minister Cholimik Matthew Pia need to put this assistant minister to check, because the former manner in which you will always respond to issue will thwart the focus of what you want to keep alive. Let me be clear with this. If there are realistic points, President Biden never came that everything will come on a silver platter. No, he's aware. So when folks are pointing to issues, I want to love President Biden. He's one of the presidents that he doesn't ever react to issues. He don't. Because he want to see the realistic part of what he's saying. He want to critique what he's saying. And it will take long to respond. Look at what they talk about park vehicle, racing car park. They told President Biden to very long time before he even make a comment about that. That's how leaders speak. And once you are in that position, someone should not just say something and say, no, it's way out of order. No. Assistant minister will know that you are at a position where you say that there must be a government. But also be cautious of what you say.
You understand you're the deputy minister for public affairs? At the Ministry of Information.
This assistant minister is speaking.
No, the assistant minister is not even
minister
for public affairs.
Tell me the question. He is speaking more than even the minister. You don't even have Minister Pierre asking the comment, but you let him. Why? Are we going to run government the way it was in the past? Everything you will respond. You will respond to everybody. You got to be careful. Let me be mindful. Because they want you help. Let me words that I bring here. And the things you making mention of, issues of relevance? Yes. Is it that she appoints to issues that make sense for Liberia to local? Yes. Is it important for you? Yes. So why are you not looking at that? Why are you not looking at that? But it's unrealistic, a completely way out of order, and all that. Let me be mindful. We know that you're not one government where people will not say something. And be able to build on those criticisms, those analysis people make, it helps you to be a better government.
But I think you see maturity in the criticism, or we call it a critical assessment of our own taking as it relates to how this government proceeding. And that's what you say. You say, because the last administration, for the way they conducted themselves, and the early stages of the government, the way they conducting, the way she conducting herself, put there in a cycle that pinned Madam Ellen Johnson said the government looked like diamond.
It's not important that you listen to that.
So what are some of those things you think you're not doing? What are some of those things you think you're doing and you need to strive or even improve on? You should be having a sober reflection and looking back and say, okay, we can make up this. Because don't forget now, even in our assessment, when you say Madam Ellen Johnson said leave, government look like diamond, you will now state that votes or exclude the current president because he also served as vice president for 12 years.
No, but he wants to vote that.
So, yeah, so you have to understand some of these things. But I think Councillor Peter Bondojala is on the line with us this morning. Okay, Councillor, I'll miss your call. I know you want to weigh in. Very experienced as well when it comes to some of these issues. Okay, he's on the line this morning. Good morning, Councillor.
From my experience in government, no one in the ministry is allowed to have a press conference or say anything about the approval of the minister. If he does, he's normally reprimanded. That's it. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. You know.
You see that?
So sometimes
that's it. And you're right about that.
And sometimes they run quickly. And you know, I'll say something. I don't want to know who it is or not. This was one of the things that brought the downfall of the CDC government. They sat and allowed people in government. Who told you when you're in government that when somebody speak or critique your government, you need to just come and speak? Loose talking caused CDC to lose the election and not return because the propaganda arm was not strong enough with the kind of folks they had in the opposition. Because if you have more than 10-15% who will place themselves as government spokesperson, you won't be this, you know. And at the end of the day, what it does, there is serious contradiction, a divide, because while one man is saying this thing, another man saying another thing, and you start to contradict.
Yeah.
Because once you people are not together to put heads together and say, look, this is what we're going to say.
This government need to employ Lima Boy for.
And I see this. I see this also coming in this government. There are officials of government, and the president needs to follow this thing. As a president, there are officials of government who tend to be the mouthpiece of the government. They are on all of the talk shows. They are praising themselves. They are hearing themselves. The CDC did it in another way. It cost them the presidency. Ask them. Nobody was allowed to. Ask them. They have 100 and some more thousand spokespersons. People who are even not known. They were in community looking for people to be over there. They were behaving that they were spokesperson. You put the radio on, the nighttime show, evening show, the other minister on the other minister saying this one, the other person. Just imagine. She was even being clear. She went on to praise the former executive, chief executive officer of the Liberia Legislative Corporation for the level of power supply that we have in the country. Honorable Monica Tan. She also held Mo Ali at the level of the Water and Sewer Corporation. That at least these people, these areas, you can see that life actually picking up there. So she did not just put the government under the bus, but she was able to point to some areas. That's how people do. Like the same thing with Honorable Cummings. I mean, come on, the point, no, telling the government and also informing the people. The reason why the people will speak about these things, they do not understand because the people are hungry. You create jobs, create opportunity. They will now work on some things. But and that's why we are saying Everybody wants to say, the essence is money.
Imagine the former Peace and Reconciliation Commission official says he resigned during the days of former President Italy because he said early at the time failed to fight corruption and improve the living conditions of other people. She resigned. She said she was going to tell her the past government, early government, that the city government said the two government making early government with a diamond, and that's true because they are failing to keep things alive. Has made Ellen to look like her government was the perfect one.
Yes, she's the president jury.
And she pointed to Ellen government and said, I resigned because Ellen failed to fight corruption and to improve the living condition of the people. I resigned. She's been bold to tell the former president, Ellen Johnson, the truth. She even said that the past government, former president George Ronald Weah, the issue of corruption and the widespread of sense that he governed the Weah administration that has several presidents on the United States Treasury sanction list, it was so much way out of order. And if this government not careful, they will fall in that situation because those very people that were sanctioned under the George Weah-led government, they are also part and parcel of this government. Is that not realistic? Minister Sando, is that not realistic? Is that not a point that you say we're out of order? It is? Is that so? Be mindful. And it's not just because we government want to speak to make government good. No. Sometimes you come in the airport government is a Pandora box. And she said it. She said she knows making this statement there'll be a lot of noise. And you started the issue of critiquing her on this point. Let me be realistic. Lema Bowie, the Nobel laureate, made very important points. She pointed to specifics. I know you are saying that she should be aware of some of the issues happening. But what she said was right. And this government should use that as a means to improve. She said this government is very slow. Yes. She right. She right. She talked about maternal mortality ratio in the world. When JFK came up on the past government, it placed this government high up on the pedestal with one of those that are working. Imagine 1,027 maternal deaths from every 1,000 or 100,000 births. Surely realistic. And this report came for Colombo in 2012. That is the 12th of May 2016. That was in the government of former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. But are we still receiving these issues? It is an increase. Let me be realistic. Let me be able to look at points. Because, like everybody will get called back. If you don't want to put a talk about you, just go sit down. Because once you are coming in a position, they will critique, they will criticize you because you are there. And those criticisms we want you to use as a stepping stone to improve. Not to tell people it's way out of order, absolutely unrealistic. No. She never said all that you're doing is wrong. She pointed to specifics. And those issues should be looked at. And I think Minister Pierre needs to speak to his court of officers at that area. Now there's everything you're talking about. Talk. You're even doing well. For instance, with this Mika regular press briefing, for instance, past government it was difficult for ministers to come and explain what they're doing. But now, regularly, you are on course. Regularly, you are on course. Yes. You're doing well. But does that mean that everything you do is right? Or you on par with everything?
Yeah. You can organize the regular press briefing, then at the same time, you want to be responding on your social media handout.
Yeah. So the same thing President Bagasi do, that's the thing you're doing. So you only comment on social media now.
You won't go on social media, or you won't go to a press conference, or you want to make a call, or people call you, all of these things. So sometimes we just need to say, and this is it. It's very difficult in this country for people to accept honest criticism. And they just see it as something, because the way we are more loyal to political parties, we are more loyal to political adults than the country. So when somebody says something about this person, you want to get vexed.
Look what she said. She went to a report May 12, 2016. That was Ellen government. The return of the joint mission when they concluded her visit, that's in May 2024. She said now 1,000 of every 1,100 women, 8,510 newborn died annually during childbirth in Liberia. She was pointing to a report. 2016, 2024. 2016 it was saying it was at a rate where Liberia compared to others in the world. But then after those years, come to 2024 now, the report that the joint mission conclude on will actually reducing maternal and newborn mortality. She was the previous report. Are we making progress? Now, see where we are at GFK. The Dallas area, there are so much complaint coming up. It's not right now, look at it. Hospitals, clinics around here. Right now, the LDMC is now closing down clinics.
Yeah.
Having fake doctors. It's not important to look at it. They are having clinics carry on social operations that of which they are not qualified to do. They are having clinics that are even up to standard. Is that something to look at? Don't be serious.
Okay, folks, let's go to the lines now and talk to our callers on 0775
That even it took me more than 5 years. I don't think I would do water, but the medicine, the way I sweat the heat coming on fire, I think I would do water, and I'm fine in the body. And also even my outside has not been too clear, but it makes now I can see a distance, seeing very clear, and also as a man, it makes me active, sexually active. I play my game number 1. I used to always play weakness in the defense, but now I'm strong. If I can leave on the defense, go score and come back, which is my sexual organ is very, very.
Amen. And I'm waiting for the record. Abraham Dawson calling for DC Kirk. That's why we told the people, when we checkmate our own government, we checkmate the next government. Don't think anyone always say, our state is partial, let it listen to money and see. That could not play on one government. Who could play the entire politics that is square mile of this country. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. You're welcome. You're live. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, this is for the opportunity. This is the goal of the last one who I joined this morning from Jason Montreal County. And that is it. So, everybody sit quietly and nobody to you. I think the government will do.
You're on a back line. Hope you can change your position probably in the network. You come in bit in pieces, but let's talk to other callers. You live.
Good morning, Weekie, and good morning, Jonathan. I just want to find the show this morning for celebrate.
Okay, go ahead, Chief.
Well, let me say thank you guys for the discussion. Weekie, the mistake I having to see who want to happen to this government. Because you also see the communication director of each ministry is getting very weak. The minister will go and have a government administrative information. Therefore, they will take that Facebook page. They are keep all the activity of the communication director of the federal ministry. You see the EFPC. So you come and appear on your show to provide some information according to the communication director whatsoever or on our own personal show. They will take that Facebook page, they will talk about it. So they are going on Facebook. You see the minister, deputy director will be posting all issues that will be done by the communication director. They are going to all ministry and agencies all over in there. And you see the fight all going all over. So I want to tell you guys, thank you very much. We all made a government and the run will be done, we'll tell them no, this will be done the way. They'll be done the other way because our Papa who is the president, he has been experienced a long time experience president will not want nobody to make mistake. When he made mistake, 3 years coming out, the Papa won't be doing new coming. So I want to tell you guys, thank you very much for.
Thank you, Water, for always joining us from that part of Liberia. You live.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, I call from District 17. Yeah, I listen to, what you say on the radio. The problem this government is also tackling, they are not tackling it, and they are there, doing different things. So those are the same things, those guys are doing in our regime, and they continue. We're not seeing any better changes to be real. We're not seeing no better changes. and the developmental process of this country is very, very slow. In this regime, we're seeing it every day, brother. So I don't know what's really going on. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, so these are some of the things you need to look at.
Yeah.
Say, are we fast on some of the issues? You might not be 100%. And she said, though the government is in the early stages, of our regime, but she also needs to be cognizant of what she do for the people. Good morning.
Morning, sir. Good morning.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Danny calling from the forum. We can first commend you for the topic on the discussion this morning. When we will tell everybody the hot our lawmakers, you operate the government can hear you for the government to fail. But the government fail, we want you to the member government to take over. Then it's not a whole horse. Say your boy can hear you, we all come and sit down. Then we pray to God together. Because they are not there to see how this country should improve. To me, that the other country, when they travel in 24 hours, when they come, they start praising the other country, that they fell. People are living a good life. Citizens are happy. For all suffering here. Then they had nothing to do but to start praying to God for the government to fail. When President Joe Biden government fail, we will add the American government to take over. And decide that whole of them, we all live together. Thank you.
You're welcome. Your life. Go ahead, sir.
My name is KB Johnson, calling from some Michael Contract History. You see, Weekie, we always talk about the executive. Firstly, I'm going to commend people this morning. I'm going to salute you people this morning for them to be doing well for the nation. The executive always carry the blame. However, the district representative, however, the county senator, because they will be looking at the executive, the representative, and the senator, they will be looking at the executive, the president, to develop the whole entire county or the district. Why we vote you people? And we want for the when the representative develop the district, then the president name will go. When the senator develop the county, then the president and the government name will go. But they will sit there because they just want something better for the other family. So we are asking the government and our representative and the Senate and the senator, they want to do better. We want all the time for the government kind of municipal, government part of the municipal is not better. So we need betterness of the country, we need development, we need good of the country. Thank you this morning.
Thank you. Let's talk to other callers. Your life.
Good morning, Weekie Brosen now.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you. My name is Desire Smooth from Infrared and coming up East Island Bell. We like to say thank you for flagging the issues, the release from Madam Bowie. We say thank you to her. You know, these are things that we continue to say. Once the process comes up to create something, give way forward. Then you are realistic in what you are doing. On that spring, as long as when you said that, they said she lied, she herself cried, like she was haunted, all that kind of thing. When they want Donald Trump responding, what the president has continually said, they open to criticism. In fact, when we criticize us more, the more we get stronger. Where we are not performing, we learn from that to perform.
And the president quite recently, when we were at the media engagement, the dinner with the president, and that's why you remember the president committed himself when he went out to speak on the issue of criticism, that they will work on it. Yes. You say we open, but they got to be also mindful how they respond to this thing, because if you just keep painting yourself so good that when people criticize you, that almost like they're making up something against you or they're lying on you and you just want to go and defend, you might just be having the missteps and don't see anything right to correct some of those things that have been mentioned.
That's what we are saying. Sometimes God will come because you're waiting for the money or what have you. We the citizens, are we not following issues? When you're doing well, why you think the thing all Who don't know in the country, emotional, when it comes to what I show, what they are doing, what the work and other things. Do you think we don't know we feel it? When it comes to the common ministry, the common ministry is not working. For me, the one ministry is really dead. And I just saying anything much of them. We are great people. So when people come out and say, Tony, you want to defend, you know how to respond to the issues. Some of our brothers are
our life on the line. So when they run it, so we identify and tell you this based on you doing wrong. So she was tired. Why did she say out selling people? So when you responded, if one of the things that they did was that not true. That's not true. So let me say thank you to her. And it's not cool, you know you reported badly. But because for now, learn our eyes. That's what I said to people. Someone said, brother, say the very power agent. Where your photo down in the target and say power agent for that. And we're gonna sit here. They said we're gonna get a boost of morale. Right? So why don't you find a remedy as to how we can solve this problem together? That's what we should be talking. When someone and everybody else, don't back it. What is real? You get hard life. The truth have a woman brother, the better will be in control. Well, I feel the comment that day, you know what about it, if I get there, you know about it, bring up your father, you don't want to
Baba, okay, let's talk to other callers on the line. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Weekie and Natanova.
Good morning, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Winston, and I know you from Double Road. Yeah, thank you for your show this morning. You know, I always admire you guys because you speak the reality. You know, we are in this government, we brought this government on board. So then, as insider, we need to erect every necessary checkpoints that is intending to bring this government down. You know, I want to employ all the critics. If you criticize, it helps the government to work on things that they have forgotten. So it is not bad to criticize government. It just puts you on the rightful path. If you work on those issues that have been flagged, I think your government is bound to proceed. Like you, one of you is rightly saying the government is very, slow in responding to issues. It doesn't mean that he doesn't have solution to those problems. But the reason is it takes time to digest it and find solution before coming to the platform. If he gets on the platform, he will speak wisdom. And that speech alone will satisfy those who are the critics and making sure that those ills that have been flagged be addressed appropriately. I think that's the reason for which the president does not actually respond to issues, faster. The information minister is true and correct. He is the official spokesperson of this government, but that's not every issue you need to respond to. That's not every living with the public outcry. And after that, you can digest it and speak as an official person of this government. But if you fast in responding, then at last maybe you'll say, well, I was too fast to have said this, as you have done my survey and as you have done some, reach out before responding to this. So I think like that will be moving forward. So thank you for allowing me to end on you this morning.
Okay, thank you. Let's talk to other callers. You're live.
Yeah, too much cake, but you call it for the appearance on this audience. Let me just give thanks to the both of you for the analysis this morning. You are very, very balanced. Let me get you have gotten on point. You see when the point people based on putting complete conditions what you get. Because now this government, most of the appointing person for that government, it is based on it is not based on the education, the competence and experience. I understand that you say your government being the executive spoken of this government, you are not to be very fast in responding to issues. And every response came up. What was tangible and you are about to show the nation and the league. These are things that the government, these are tangible for which I have said this lady is out of order or she's not informed. Or you gotta come on to show absolutely and you haven't done that. But now you condemn you and what you have done to the government, judge, the people like you are not qualified for this job. Let me very important. As per the rule of law, this government has failed. The economy, the government has failed. You are suffering. You go to school, this government has failed. You come to freedom of speech, this government has failed. What you here wants to tell the government has to do, they have to improve. For all that criticize this government, they should heal everything. And never say that I will dislike the president, no. But we just try to highlight the girls within the society.
That not something you have to do that. Because when you are incompetent for a job, when you have to simplify your posture, when you start someone's speech, you have to come up with control. That's how it's like. And you continue to fail. Have a good day.
Okay, thank you there. We will go for our Central Bank commercial this morning and we come back. I had a whole lot of things to talk about this morning and on this edition of the Morning Ride, and that's good there. And that love vibe, sometimes say maybe like I get wonder. Somebody will say to the house and they will know you got all the stations, all the programs to listen to from Monday to Friday. But you only want to listen to the Morning Ride and you'll be texting and I don't read it, I be deleting. Yeah, I don't even delete. So it tells you that you need to be certificated as an avid listener of the show. Yeah, you claim that somebody against your government, but the guy show that can make you feel comfortable for the day. Why you make me feel comfortable?
Go there.
I have never seen anybody buying. I have never seen anybody buying bad feeling that they little known person.
But you will be eavesdropping
for me
on the radio station. They even go listen. On radio station, why you just only 1 year? But the only 1 year and the only 1 year.
And now why I told people I don't make play on telephone because now the essence I put my money in my phone. I don't send messages to people unnecessarily. You send it somebody 4 5 times. The message can even respond to one. So what he says in the for? Common sense. But let's go for our Central Bank commercial. Like bro, the gas station in the country that own this government, whether the government doing good or bad, they own everything bad. You just sit and listen to that station. You know what will do for you? You feel comfortable. But once you
want to listen to those unpleasant words, they say
platform. You hear the words, those 3-letter words. Go there. But when you turn to this station, if you're in government and thinking that you expect all to come and praise, you will feel bad. If you're in opposition thinking that will come and praise you, you will feel bad. Until you do the right thing, we will do the analysis, we'll throw it to the public, then we'll make a comment. Don't waste your time and energy. Use your text messages to greet other people and say hi in the morning. How was your night? Speak to your friend, check on people. Don't send me texts. Yeah, it won't worth it. You will not get the result because you cannot change my agenda. You cannot change what we plan to discuss. It will only hurt you by the day and you worry until probably your creator calls you. Let's go for
My daughter Kumba, how is the business today? Well, your face, how are you looking so? Like you thinking about something.
And I say on me, I'm going to plenty things. So I tell my pay the next day. I'm telling you, all the money can check go tell that my children's school fee, hospital money, rent, my own say small thing and say nothing. I can't do anything good for myself.
Amen.
Then to make matter worse, I try to put small money in their business to go out of the country. But to find foreign currency, I can just be running around. It's too bad that things how I am stressed.
Yeah. Anything you don't know is bigger than you for true, yeah?
What you mean now, Patroni?
Kumba? On March 27, 2025, the Central Bank of Liberia launched the National Financial Education Program for people like you.
The National Financial Education Program?
They finished putting it outside. That is they call launch. And that President Joseph Newman Boaka said launched the program for the whole country.
Okay. So what in the program will do for a person like me now?
The program will solve your problem, my daughter.
Tell me something.
The financial education program will help people like you, Kumba, to understand how to take care of your money Google.
Yeah?
Yes. It will show you how to set financial goals, how to budget your money, how to save part of your money after you take pay, how you can turn some of your money around in business for it to grow.
What?
Yeah. So after taking pay, you can't be broke again.
That good thing, oh. Pa Johnny.
Yeah, Makumba. The Central Bank of Liberia will work with plenty other government offices then like Ministry of Education, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Gender and Social Protection, and other groups then like the Liberia Marketing Association to make sure you're the women and girls manage your money Google.
Oh yeah, that is very good.
Yo. Now, this financial education get many steps.
Tell me about them, Pa Johnny. Tell me.
First, you have to set your financial goals.
What?
This means you must think about where you want to see yourself in the future. Maybe 1 year from now, you won't get plenty money to be able to take care of all of your problems.
Yeah.
Or you want to be big businesswoman. But you can only reach where you want to see yourself in having more money according to the way you will plan to use your money today.
How that one already work now?
That the next step I will come into. They call it budgeting, meaning planning how to use your money the right way.
Yes, that one that true.
So you budget by making a plan that show how you will use your money. Once you take your pay or you get any money, you have to sit down to put ideas together to use your money.
Yeah.
In line with the thing that you need to do for you and your family, and you will still be able to keep some.
It makes sense.
Yes, so when you make your budget, that means you have to stick to it because you plan for everything already.
That's true.
The other important thing, that's saving. Saving means to keep some money somewhere for you to use in future. Then just using all your money soon you take pay.
Okay, but this saving you're talking about, ain't that to keep the money in your safe to your house, eh?
One advice, Makuma, do not keep the money in your house or under your mattress. Yes, go to the bank house and open your saving an account. You can open 2 savings.
2 savings?
Yes. You can open 1 saving or account with any mobile phone company. Like that, you carry your money on your phone right in your own hand anywhere you going.
But why if the phone lost now?
Easy. Just go back to the mobile phone company and get your SIM card back with all your money still on it. Yes. Then you could choose to open another saving or account with a bank. Just go to any bank you like and say you want to open saving to keep your money. They will help you open an account.
Okay, but what a benefit in that one?
A bank account has many benefits. Number 1, the bank can put interest on top of your money you keeping with it.
Okay.
And because of that, you can also be able to take loan from the bank where you open your saving. Okay. With that loan money, you can make business to grow your money or do other good things for yourself.
Okay.
And when you take loan from the bank, make sure you're able to pay it back.
Yeah.
At the same time, open your eyeball to all the things that you will agree to on the loan paper. Like when you will pay back, how much you will pay every time, and then the main one, wedding business you're taking the loan money for. And you must understand the interest you will have to pay to. Yeah, after that, you can make a plan to pay back your debt. Manage the debt good.
Yeah, it will not be good you tell loan, then you're not able to pay it back.
It's not correct like that, sir. Yeah, that digging hole, covering hole thing not correct because you will still be in the hole.
Yeah.
What some people do is to make sure they take a loan to put the money into something that brings in more money. They call it investment. So they can be able to pay their debt and be able to save at the same time.
So Google ad here, yeah?
Yes, so then another good thing is to insure your business or your home.
Insurance for my business, my home, my...
So, God forbid, if something bad happen, the insurance company can help you get something bad because you are protected against loss.
No, Pa Johnny, I will go to the financial education program and learn about money matter, yeah? Insurance, hayaka.
Yeah, because with insurance, when your property damaged or warehouse burned with your goods inside, for example, the insurance will pay.
Wow! So a part of financial education too, eh?
Yes, it is part of the financial education tool to manage risk and protect yourself. Then you know, some business people don't treat their customers very good.
They plenty of...
Fine. So the last thing the CBL and other Google friends talk about, they say you get right as customer to complain any business house that will not treat you the right way.
Any business house?
Yes, like banks or mobile phone companies. If they not treat you the right way, you must talk it.
Okay.
That's right. And under the financial education program, you listen to me, they will teach you how to complain and how they will hear your complaint. So Kuma, that you.
Thank you plenty, Papa Johnny. I will make sure to be part of the financial education program so I can learn all the good things about money.
This message is from the government of Liberia through the Central Bank of Liberia.
I hope you can take advantage of it, and we're certainly back here this morning. And you know, there are a lot of concern since the inception of this government of folks who have complained of wrongfully being dismissed without due process, and some of the matters being taken to court. Government being able to pay some of these people. You know, the action of some of the heads of these institutions sometimes when they get there want to bring their own people, or probably while they were there serving in various capacity, but they and this person had fought all before, and so when you given a chance, you think you come with reprisal. It's a means of getting at people, or sometimes you do it not that
as a young man, I'm moving strong. All of my points that have been hurting my waist, everything free. This medicine is very, very good. It's natural. It's very good. It don't have any side effect, but it do it with pepper.
But at times it's costly for the taxpayer because your action wanting to accommodate your parents, what are instructions that be coming from somebody in Chicago or wherever it comes from, and you want to implement it. At times we need to be mindful. You stay complaining about rules, you stay complaining about hospitals, because when we initially dismiss people, wrongfully have these people dismissed, and when authority is responsible for looking at the matter and going to the matter and find that you wrongfully dismiss this person, and we ask you to change so that one can or have the person be
Yes, probably these are existing issues that parents are complaining from.
Yeah. So let's take for instance, so the ministry has ruled that the National Port Authority wrongfully dismissed its former controller, Gabriel S. Boo, and they have ordered then his immediate reinstatement or a compensation totaling more than US $280,000 in unpaid entitlements. So they're looking at the time. They're talking about in around 24 months. Yeah. They're talking about around 24 months. And what he said, he was dismissed by WhatsApp message by net. Yeah. And the deputy controller, because here the deputy controller, they all were removed. So let's come to think about it. He served in his position under the former president from 2022 to March 11, 2024, when his employment was terminated. And the ministry said for the investigation, he was never given the due process, he was never audited, and at the end of the day, he was dismissed. So now, Ambassador, come to see how people are paid in this country. Look at the layout, and you get to know. The Labor Ministry ordered the NPA to pay Boo a total of $280,945.60. They did the breakdown. Here is the breakdown. Look, we can say no money in the country. As controller, 24 months salary at $6,500 a month. Can you imagine? You control 6,500. $6,500 United States dollar, $156.
No, that's the sum of that amount.
Yeah.
156,000.
Yeah, 156,000. That's like right now. Yeah.
24 months.
Yes. Then 24 months.
And gasoline. What is it go here?
The gasoline area here for the you talking about 13,000.
620 gallons.
620 gallons.
Remember, look at MPA.
Yeah.
In living in Moscow, I live all the country.
Then you talk about $59,655. You see that?
So why would you give the man?
No, this is just one of the tip of. We're coming to that. Then you see scratch cards yet $12,820, which is the 4,100. Scratch card. Then you got about rice every year, 70 bags. You can eat 70 bags very
more. 70 bags.
70 bags. No, after for the 24 months and they put it earlier, they break down.
Yeah, okay.
70 bags.
The 25 kg.
70 bags of 25 kg. $1,190. Then when you can open your restaurant. Now, the NPA argued that Boo's dismissal was justified due to the financial mismanagement, including unauthorized payment of over $900,000 to various vendors and political entities. Testimony for the NPA internal audit team cited that the payment to the then ruling coalition for democratic change (CDC) Bashell Business Center in Norfolk Marina as irregular. According to that, a witness from the internal audit agency alleged that Boo's signature had been forged on a $447,800 payment to Delta Architectural and Consulting Company, and that procurement rules were fraudulently ignored. Still, the Labor Ministry held that no audit or internal investigation was conducted prior to Boo termination, violating Chapter 14, Section 14.10 of the Decent Work Act. You see that? And according to them, the ruling cited that the landmark case, Rawat International Airport versus Beslow, which held that employee dismissal without due process is inherently wrongful. The ministry concluded that even if financial improprieties occur, Boo should have been investigated and given a chance to respond. The ministry order is binding unless overturned on appeal. Now, see this.
You know, there's a reason why. You know, there's a tendency.
Let me friend. Why are we paying
ministers, head of institution when they go? I said it sometimes. The controller.
Yeah, the
procurement.
They are always in good rapport.
Research. Those are the people they want to control. Because those are areas that when the minister or the director general want money, he sent, they will give money. Or those are areas that money will come from the entity to the minister or heads of a department to share. Procurement one of the best area.
Boo is saying he got his dismissal first at night on WhatsApp.
You see?
They
don't always mention about this thing. The one who pay people in this country, poor country paying people like this, the men living in Buffalo County will give them millions more of gasoline. For what now?
Now, come to think about it, if we get that should not even be the problem. But if we can see, we can pay somebody $6,500 United States dollar a month. So you're telling us we can find money, so we cannot pay patrolman $500 United States dollar, police officer, we cannot pay the least teacher $500 United States dollar.
But you pay somebody $6,500. Again, the police, immigration, DEA,
our security folks look at
they let at least maybe 500. But you pay somebody $6,500.
Then you're giving the president gasoline, rights, splash car that you can even open your own boot with.
Ambassador, what means you want a splash car?
Now, come to think about it, with all of these things that you say you pay him, you dismiss him because of financial mismanagement now. So if the man is still being paid like this and can still go ahead reportedly and start stealing, giving money to political party, the CDC according to your own investigation. So it.
You also investigate the man. On the level, just missing him. Then you pay for your actions. If you pay him 675, and not 75, and still starts to carry on dubious act, then let me investigate the boy. The other one you're just missing. We get a particular MPA man, they're plenty complaint on him. This particular man at MPA, there are so many questions on him.
Douglas, a young man, he didn't have. He been a
particular woman. He been in a long time.
18 years.
And he been in a long time.
He was under the former president regime that he was made, and Bull knows Douglas very well. They all been there.
You see, so you tell the boss now, start dismissing people. Now you can cost government this amount of money, and you know, Kansakopakra need to wake up. There are so many people who are falling victim of this kind of act, but because you're not proactive or the ministry is not proactive, so you see people walking away with pins in their hearts. I said to the last time, the folks that was working with the Palm Spring, former Palm Spring as called there, they went to court. The court ordered the Palm Spring, the people to pay the people. They reported before the labor minister today. Since then, they ain't paid the people yet. There are so many people being dismissed wrongfully in this town.
And it is not even just with this government, but it's continuing.
They are happening always.
You know, there were a lot of ruling from the past government that quote the ministry rule, wrongful dismissal, these people must be settled. All of these matters are unresolved. Then we see another group of problems piling up again. While we were here to the port, we're here to the ministry final ruling onto this matter.
When I was open for 7 years, going up and down, no way. When I heard about you, I go to Koya about the menacing concern, buying this medicine. I'm feeling healthy than the way I was before. So my people who listening to me, the menacing, that good menacing, that it make me to be alive today. God, the first, second, this menacing.
So what kinds of sickness you were suffering from?
Our foot problem. Yes, my foot problem.
How long that was happening? You said 7 years, right?
7 years.
Okay, thank you. You are welcome.
I'm well now.
Rush now and buy this medicine, Mary Magaho tea, for small money. The Mary Magaho tea medicine is sold for $350. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. In Mosarawa County, Morovia, Liberia, the people, when you go to a Bona farm, opposite Makumba, Belu, a tissue factory, right beyond the block factory, you see people office and the Mary Magaho tea people. They're going to be sending the Mary Magaho tea to you. For more information, you can call the following numbers: 0777-591-07.
You want to be clean? You tell us loss in a one computer loss. What they make until you want to even a money pay or yearly pay. You want to be protected, but you pay him $50 US. You pay so much that he clean in the main office $6,500. You're not opening door or serious corruption. Sure. You're not opening door of amnesty. The cleaners, they bring soap, detergent. The person even get soap they want to wash. But even that money pay, can I even come on?
You see, in other countries, that somebody kind of work the people respect highly because those are things that physical labor work down there. You know that people don't want to do. And somebody is willing to go and do it. We see the work as something important, but the person doing the work we value less important. But when people get to the ministry or the agency, they say, "What? The bidding is nice, man. The bidding fine. The bidding look good." You have to take it out of the glories.
And this is since 2020, the message I'm paying him. So the ministry of Labor said they will pay them all the money, 280,000 plus.
You know what 280,000 plus can do for us? Yeah.
But this is what we're giving to institutions around here.
Yeah.
How much is our management getting?
Now they say
National Food Assistance Program getting.
Now they say The internal audit discovered he made a whole lot of unauthorized payment, including money to the CDC. While I was in
since 2020.
Yeah.
Payment to the theater, architectural, and construction company. What do you know about building? What kind of architectural work they were bringing to us that we still pay on now? Procurement rules. And these are able to steal money. In Brazil, the people go to entities. They take material from there, they come, they flip the invoices. More invoice. And in the day when government get ready, they pour the burden on government. Whereby they will get to tear that money more than what. Let's be serious. We can't be wasteful like this. You get money, it's under exposure. You pay 1 million kind of money. You know how much money they 6,000 pounds the month officer get paid? 6,000 pounds the month immigration officer get paid. So 1 million, more than 10 to 15,000 money, one person get taken. They will say what good thing happen in this country. The way we pay people in this country, jobs, we give, it's too much.
And the disparity, the gap, the distance.
Even the PS officer they give gun to, that holding gun, they get paid the kind of money. You give me a gun, you pay him 150, 180, 200. They may carry an arm.
Can you imagine? There are people who will work for 12 months in a year. And you, at the end of the year, the annual salary that they earn in the 12 months, they never reach their money.
So what mean 1,200?
And there are people in their entire life have never seen such a amount of money before.
No way. You pay
Nobody see it's bad, but if we will have to pay people, sometimes we got to look at the book. The other man, security there to protect him.
Yeah, security there. Security there.
Who then man is so much calling that you gain that amount of scratch card?
And that man was just the controller.
What more about the managing director and other cabinet?
Just the controller. So imagine.
Just imagine the port in Buchanan. They just the other day they were talking about they generated $3.some million. They are projecting they will even generate more for other areas. You know, we still trying to verify all of these things.
This is what the problem. That's what I'm saying. CDC government will make authorized payment to vendors and political entity for what? 900,000.
Now almost $1 million.
For what?
For what now?
For what? So you mean our monies, all the past, and now are just being divided to institutions just for no reasons. And I said it. We were posting for 800 million plus. I said, well, what the impact of this 800 million? On our cars, they said it. He said like custom, they usually apportion money for mission agency, they go back for it. And it's still going on. It's still happening under the parallel government. It's still going on. Why would political institution be involved with a major entity, a national port authority? You pay money to Coalition of Democratic Change, Bashir Business Center, Norfolk Marina. What's that? Why? Like not only hear the money mean, but the money, the usage of the money to see reality is a different thing. We really know what kind of thing here. The way we structure payment in this country. And it's just making everybody down there going to look like thieves or behave as thieves. Because you see them are doing good, they're not as doing good. Anybody that is like Europe, let me just tell you as a whole. You see them working on ministry agency, you see them looking good, they're not that salary. Well, the girls want to buy inside
the LHCC is now calling for a specialized court to prosecute economic crime.
I support that.
We need it, and it must be done swiftly because that's a matter that needs to be handled and money needs to be restituted. Because while we're waiting to set up these things, these people are turning the money around, they're getting huge investment, they're getting return of the profit and sending it in foreign banks. That even today, when they are found guilty after prosecution, they say, oh yeah, the man said he want to restitute. The man took $1 million. In the last 5-6 years, you are turning over in business on other investment. He got a return of $5 million. Then you say the man must pay $1 million that he took, and you do stipulation. He lied. Because it won't bother him, it won't shake him, because he has already gotten profit. Usually, that even when he pay, he still walks around and still drive the nice car and still sit in home, in air-conditioned homes and all of these things.
One of the reasons why I support this is because the tendency of the habit of the Minister of Justice handling these matters, the matter that the people follow these cases. There are some of the high-profile cases leading to corruption. When the LCC have done their work, they go to the Minister of Justice. You see nothing.
And yes, sometimes when these cases go there, based on the magnitude of the case and knowing the individual involved, reportedly, or you will say, people see it as a means of making money now. Because you're sending a man to go and investigate a man who hands have been in the cookie jar and they're alleged to have misappropriated or have taken 5 or 10 million, and you pay somebody $250 of $1,000 US a month or $500 US a month, and you send a man to go investigate somebody who allegedly have stolen 10 million. You finish selling the man. What would that case go?
They make him put 4 million.
It wouldn't take honest person who are patriotic and nationalistic to stand the ground and say, look, the wealth of this country belongs to everybody. So it is not just for me to pocket it and let it go while people suffer. People cannot have food to eat. Kids are sitting on the floor. Hospital, other drugs and beds. Police are challenged with uniform. All of these things. Our teachers are not having all of the basic material to teach. And you know, it only takes few Liberians who are patriotic will understand and say no. But standing before that man, the man, you go investigate, man. You earn $500 US a month. You go to investigate somebody who is alleged to have stolen millions. Can look at you in your face and say, look, my man, hold it 50,000 here, man.
And the man get it money, he get it in bank.
Yeah. He said, my man, hold it 50,000. What you want? And you look at 50,000 and imagine probably in your entire lifetime you will not get it at once. It's going to take you years to bank before you reach such amount.
You will put your life on the line for
then you sit down, you do your calculation. You yourself, you want to buy a house. You yourself, you want to see your children in good school. So at the end of the day, because of the, you think if the man is well paid and he goes there, that man will dare stand before that man and tell him, my man, the man will get his, how much money I for you?
They're saying pay the man above everything, right? But let him be able, let the income be able to cater to your needs.
Yeah.
That man can say, no, I'm not ready for you because the money I'm making, I sell it for
sure, because you know how much one needs to live. Once that man knows what he earns can actually cater to his needs. Like Master, you said, his kids can be in good school, he lives in his own house, or even if you're renting somewhere decent and building his house, his wife also working or doing business, he can come from all he have food to eat.
It's not going to school like 75 years.
At the end of the month, even if he's taking money from his pay to do other things, money still left to be kept that can seek, handle his medical bill and other things. That he can even one day decide to take vacation with his family and say, look,
I'm looking at himself for the next 10 years and say, if I leave on the path, 10 years I'll be the level.
Yeah.
So I must support it.
So, but if you start to pay peanuts, then the police they say proceeds. I don't know what they get. You know.
Yeah.
You pay one man, patrol man. You say you're getting the man $150 US, and the man goes to carry on investigation, or he went to arrest somebody who with a sheriff who's it's been
just say arrest.
Yeah, it being reported that the person he's going to arrest is a drug dealer who has physical cash in the house. That police man he came up, or the arresting officer, whether it's from LD or what's it will shock you that they put it on down until they start drinking coffee. So
but the person man will tell you, say, go with the oil, then I'm going to win. We see.
Yeah, that they report, they carry back now. The first thing I really feel, the man you go to arrest, he's telling you, gentlemen, make yourself comfortable. Just sit down.
Gentlemen, right now, I'm going to pull you. You let me walk away. I put a 60,000.
Sometimes, no, even because of the poverty, if care is not taken, the very officer are going to make the arrest will give you the piece of advice. They will show you how to take shotgun. The men will give you direction. They will tell you where to pass. They will tell you, chief, for that and you get, because that is poverty. The way you pay the people, that how they respond. That how they respond. The man goes so money to arrest one man who's selling drugs or believed to be corrupt, have stolen public funds, and he has physical cash in his house. You go there, you have never eaten scrambled egg the last time in a home except to the fuller shop, and you went there that early morning, and they tell you to gentlemen, by the way, they're facing breakfast. We can eat, we all go together. Just in that time, you've been compromised and let us start taking place. Say, gentlemen, I'll tell the man also. Say, gentlemen, I know what happened. We buy a scratch card. The man go. 2 officers went and the man walked inside. Come on in the room. He has $500 a year, $1,000 a year. Say, gentlemen, you pay away. You will be even on the phone. The beater, the message chief. Anytime the police come and arrest you, I will call you here.
And those guys will just go and say, "Chief, won't say, man." And you don't want to go home. Yeah. Well, what's in our pocket?
That how we
make our citizens to tell the thieves.
How can you be paid? Reportedly now. How can you be paid $6,500 and you still stealing US dollar? How can you? What kind of human being guys?
And let me be frank with you people sometimes. Let me tell you something. Even a journal will do. There are some serious. We are just one of the bravest to break some of the news and bring cases up. No. That's why some media institutions or media colleagues, you go to break some story, go to the men, making money. That's what they are right there.
And let me say something. Let me say something today.
They want to play point this country.
Let me say something today. Honestly, like my colleague said, I'm not saying all. Most of our colleagues in the media that you see riding car, they got it because they compromise major information to give to the public. Yeah.
Serious.
But you think some of us,
you go to ABC.
Yeah.
They say, "Let me go find out the man."
You think some of us, we want ride car or we want to complete our houses? No, we want to. But when you put your left on the line for certain profession and see the country first and place it on the agenda and say, look, because the bottom line here, if Liberia gets better tomorrow, when you see jobs all over, nobody have to be saying now some morning texting and be listening to radio, where something being said hurting you, you will be at work. You will be at work concentrating on your work, waiting for your paycheck at the end of the month. Your concentration. You will not go and take poster or placard when they say one man stole, we put allegedly, they carry in the code. You will not abandon your job and say go in solidarity. You will not do that because you are jobless. You don't have a job to do. So you go, they tell you that somebody stole. You call for prosecution. When they carry a person, you make it look like that your party, the people feeling attacking, that the party they charge. The man when he stole allegedly, not on behalf of the party, but to better the lives of his family and children and friends, or himself, you go to protect the person. You see? We create thieves. The way we pay people in this country, nobody saying it's bad to pay people, but the salary disparity in this country is so terrible.
Too much.
It's too much. For a country that will all complain.
But you're not strong. You can steal something, you go home. The one is government money is into ministry, agency, for department. It's just going on the team air.
And we keep lying to ourselves.
They may also go outreach.
With all the technology, we keep lying to ourselves. We say, oh, cashless transaction. We still see people going collecting taxes and holding physical capital in bed and in car carrying it to offices. We still see those things. How would the man not be corrupt? When one man will sit down and see, he can play in maybe probably data, ship coming, people paying taxes, the tariff, the other thing, money going to the account, the person you
900,000.
Yeah, you sit down, you look at the kind of number of check, petty cash, all coming, all of these things. Every single day your hand will touch physical money. Yeah.
We just make ourselves, and we overlook these things.
Yeah.
Now I see you go to somebody, I think they go to a backer. They are celebrating. They start building a house.
The lawmakers say they gave Greenland now to the House of Representatives, to the General Auditing Commission to go and audit them. But the Committee on Public Account and Expenditure, they must report to them within 1 week. Why they go delay now? It's another 30 again. Report to you people for what? You don't want all the other people. The people have audited people. They submitted all of the other reports to you. You yet to take action. Then you asking, you pretending like you really open up to be audited. You see, these are some of the issues. These kind of concern it should be raised. The Ministry of Labor, the Decent Work Act. You know how many person underpaid in this country?
But the Ministry of Labor are work permit behind. But that's what they get not eating from. So that's what they put all.
And they are not the one you see. And sometimes somebody think that we get missed.
But that's another country when we are still on life for 2 years.
They see group of people who questioning the labor ministry. They were the one who went on to pass the law.
Yeah.
And when you're reading the alien law in abroad, you be talking about under the law, you can't pay somebody or alien, you can't pay them below $500 US. And 2, you must be able as well that person maybe once in a year will have to have vacation. The man got to go back. So if you have it in your employer, so there are a whole lot of details they entail. Then the kind of thing that go on. One man said that in America, you call it Ministry of Education, say in a joint statement from the National Police that talk about the issue of street parade, Gala celebration, all the kind of things. That they know, in our cultural history of our education. Okay, these are this thing look like some very serious matter that anybody who is serious and focused will be addressing. These are, look at the, you see, the people saying the man took money. The people say the man took money, he gave it to the CDC. You're not responding to that one. That your party, the drag your party into this matter. You are not addressing this matter. Yeah. The other Johnson oil again when the man lawyer. No, they're finna win the war. Yeah. So you just imagine. The
900,000 that went to vendors and political institutions.
Yeah. Now they say, according to the information, the management defend the dismissal. They said testimony from the NPA internal audit team cited payments to the then ruling Coalition for Democratic Change (CDC) Bashar Business Center and Norfolk Marina as irregular. So what did you pay them for?
And they're saying the messenger was forged. 447,800 payment
to Delta
Architectural and Construction Company.
What work did they do?
So the man was distributing the money around here. Yeah.
We saw the same thing happening to the port in Buchanan. The port in Buchanan, ain't so what happened to the controller there in Into? Or the port manager there, yeah. Who fled the country and were all on the social media showing the money. He said the figure we were even talking about in Liberia were far bigger than what we've been discussing in Liberia. He said he was taking instruction. Yeah. Charles God. He said he was taking instruction from his boss, which is on a Betuari. The war, with all the grief allegations, the war scot-free. Today they are senator.
Why would the NPA man?
And if you look at the book, the man Boris talk about the issue of culture or impunity. Yes. Taking a seat. You see, like you said, and we said some part of last week, and people don't want to hear or understand these things. The way we give, because like what I've seen, people are saying the issue, they will look at the time that we're not too serious when it comes to critical national issue. We're only serious when it comes to political issue, why we can galvanize forces to go in the street to vote for us. But when we're hearing somebody allegation, we are not keeping government feet to the fire to make sure that you get all kind of such allegation. But you only want to hear somebody ride private jet, somebody talking about your political party, you sit there in one corner, hungry, and start texting.
No, it's almost like you go to church, you want a pastor, what you want to hear a pastor to preach. Yeah. Well, she not telling you the truth, but what you want to hear is to preach also. When you say the truth, you have to that.
And she said something. She said something. She said, and today it have caused too many people to die because of the action of cultural impunity. People die. She said people who took gun, took away lives, and took away wealth. You want them to be making decisions for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ, this country. And then I support the LSCC to push for that.
Yeah.
There will be a new prison facility in this country.
Do we need to pay people of such? And our partners can be looking at us. Don't think they don't look at us?
But the poor looking, the poor know.
But all of these areas, the people got people that will probably try to give them information.
The poor get that first time report before even own come outside.
Yeah.
Because the poor put that money there, so they follow the money they can report. We'll sit here with joke ourselves.
Yeah.
Nobody want accountability.
Yeah, you fess.
You see, they want lie on the person.
Yeah.
They want to do this. Oh, we're not serious. We're going nowhere. Because we're shooting those people who are the cause of our own problem. You know, not blame mother dying. Imagine your woman will get bread, the woman dies, will die. Nobody care about that. The woman will get bread, the child die. Put pain in the hands of people, the woman die. Somebody say go to the hospital, the person die. Nobody care about that. It's happening. Because those who are into the other position are struggling with the economy. They support the government monies. Just because you go, you say policeman take her out for taking a job. Why you not take it? You pay somebody 6,500. You get the man whole year. He gave me 1,500 as take home pay.
See the other policeman, the other taxi driver fighting police officer in the street.
Yeah. So the man throwing that water down there.
Let me read this thing again before we go to the lines.
Oh.
And this is what she said. Impunity has taken a glorious seat in this nation. Yes, there are people who took guns and killed us. But there are also people using their pens and bank accounts to murder thousands but deny them basic needs.
So. But they see many accusing that I said I'm paying 900,000. He said he gave it to CDC, gave it to business. Then he said they forced the signature 447,000. That's true. They're using that pen. To that what I just said. People are already judged in this country. The monies for ministry agency. They give their wives and children to travel. They give the post whatever they want to talk about them. They give the media practitioners. When the two one comes out, they give money. They say go. The lost story don't bring it outside. So we can talk about the poor people there.
0775 919 919 0880 919 919 are the numbers. You hear, you go to the other place. The janitor there, the janitor have not taken pay for 3, 4, 5 months. But the minister of gas will come. The scratch card, the allowance.
And ambassador, there are bonuses set for those people working on ministry.
Yes.
But the hell will take it easy. They give them peanuts because they know that they say, oh, the ministry, they hear the ministry work very good, so let's take some money from them and give the workers for them. They hell will eat it or take peanuts. We're not sincere in this country, Liberia. We're not sincere. And then Daniel Sanders is against a woman saying, Daniel Sanders saying it's unrealistic. What is unrealistic?
So are people not stealing? Are we still not talking about corruption in Liberia?
People stole yesterday and they're still doing it in this government. Let's go to the lines and talk to you this morning. 0775 919 919 0880 919 919. Let's talk about it before we go home this morning on the breakfast info companion this morning. The cool morning ride. This country must change. But I hope our crooked must change.
Yeah, in the words of he who must kill her.
This country must change. We can't continue like this.
Your life.
Would you good good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, my name is Miriam Miller, calling from Marshall Harvard on Sunday morning.
Go ahead, sir.
You and every blessing day you're on the show and telling we the last really true. But some of us, because some of us when they see us, some of us can't want listen to what you people say. Well, what are you getting? Because the body telling is supposed to back up. Because each one will woman 6,500
which work are very extra that you were not doing, even if they pay you that amount. Then what all the way in
even you know all the people ever more than you want to do it. Everybody will compensate somebody to compliment the kind of what you do. You I take this thing from here and put it another man will take it and put it to the level until it reaches you. That's how the work go like. Yeah. That the front answer that they put out relatively hardware when something happen like people depend on to defend or run to them. But we get them peanuts and we're expected to perform that 3-4 men can perform. Yeah.
I tell you pay for small money. This immigration people you pay them small money.
Yeah. And he said, remember what money put up. Somebody bring it to us and he said, remember money put up. He pay her, he buy his own uniform.
So they pay them to anyone to get a lady. Yeah. So that's my brother. This is what keeps coming from your backward.
Thank you. Let's talk to other callers. You live?
Yeah. Good morning. General Garden Studio.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, you guys taking very government for being steadfast over the years, providing balanced information.
No, like if I'm going no, they be causing her.
No, you guys have been very steadfast and steady over the years to admit. I've been a religious listener of your platform and major contributor to. Yeah, on the issue of the salary remuneration for people working at a public service level. I think there is huge salary disparity.
Yeah.
Within our public sector. And this thing didn't start in this regime.
No, we've been complaining about this thing. That's true. We've been complaining about a long time.
Yeah, very, very long time. I think this regime is really an excuse.
No. But no excuse for that because you say you can't fix it. No excuse for that.
Yeah, exactly. So anyone pass through command.
Oh, fast food been a while.
Yeah, been a while. Yeah, now very my little corner observing.
Okay.
National chairman of the rescue mission level. Yeah, to get this thing. So I think the Bakale administration is incumbent on the Bakale administration showed up. To ensure that those who perform, those who are the security sector, those who intelligence got the DEA, police officer, the immigration, these are people that have family. They need dignity, they need living wage. Even though the job already started increment or some of the security sector, you say kudos. But they need to go beyond the DA or 24 sector. I won't pay you to be rich people. Now, won't pay you to be rich. You need people with upright repetition to go in Africa. Drugs, they fight against drugs. There's some money is drugs. There's some money making things.
Yeah.
Money making things around the world. So you can't get somebody that performing such diligent work. Trying to raise the fund to a job. Then the man is grossly underpaid. Which one the rescue missionary that supported the regime, which is that have been the service to the officers who continue to dedicate their time in the fight against God. So we are calling on our president, the development specialist, President Weekie, to see the students, to see the men, to increase the gap pay. Yeah, that is the living way. At least I would say that would embolden them. It would inspire them to pay attention.
Okay, thank you, Fasu. Thank you for being part of the conversation this morning. So, this is Liberia. These are some of the issues that we need to have it addressed. Let's talk to other callers on the line. You're live.
Good morning, Mr. Brooks.
Good morning.
And good morning to Mr. Bar. I appreciate you guys so much for the brilliant discussion this morning. My name is Joseph Kamba, and I'm from District Number 6, Maswaro County. Mr. Brooks, you read the salary structure of the guy and I said, wow, don't wonder why these guys flew from America sometimes comes and also for job in Liberia. Because if you are earning 6,000 US dollars, meaning on a rate of 200, they are making $1 million Liberian dollar every month. That is too much. That is too much. Looking at our economy, And looking at
If we have a better economy where jobs are created, we don't have a problem, people. But you look at the country, the condition, and you can't pay people like that. Let's look at the overall condition, the living standard of people. What standard we are to be paying this kind of huge sum of money to people around here?
Well, Weekie, check at the Duburu Junction, check at the Police Academy Junction, check at Bureau traffic lights, and see how our mothers and how our fathers who are disabled are begging on the streets. And look at the children. Sometimes I pity their condition, and it's so sad in this morning hearing that someone is earning a controller. So can you imagine the managing director, how much they make at Freeport? So maybe they are making close to even 2 million per month. So it is so sad. Whether it is true our security sectors well underpaid, but some of our security guys are very unprofessional with you. I do my business transactions in Rhode on a daily basis. I tell you, the things the city corporation police are doing well, but some of them have to be very trained. By the way, these guys at times interact with the public, it does not give any public safety. Any security, more especially if you are a public security servant.
All right, let's talk to other callers, please. We have to go. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, Farrell. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you for your program this morning. I'm Sade. I come from Scotland, from my day. And what the vision we have to be with, I read on certain things every day, when those lawmakers who we elect, when they leave office, more especially when they put them out, I saw something what we call benefit, and they should be receiving every month.
Okay, sorry, we are not having that discussion. We're discussing what we actually. So we'll find time to talk about that. Sorry, we have to leave it at that on this Monday morning presentation of the morning ride. And we'll say many thanks to all of you who took up your time to follow the program, leaving your comments as well, and watching, sharing. Keep following. This is the morning ride. Certainly on the 23rd day in the month of June. We say thank you. Goodbye to you. I'm Weekie Brooks.
I'm Nathaniel.
And you got you been behind the camera this morning. Thanks. Have a wonderful time. I'm Weekie Brooks.
We did not honor, and at no point in time did we enter. There's been claims and counterclaims about the police attempting to bribe suspect Yanti and trying to coerce him into lying on other co-defendants. I'm here to make clarity that at no point in time did the Liberia National Police at any given instance have an engagement with Mr. Yanti concerning any issue of bribery. Of the names that he listed, there's no one who has got any authority to commit government